another video! Today we're watching long-awaited Second Punic War by Oversimplified. Yippee! I'm Pune! Watching the Punic War with the as a German single Vtuber. And yeah, let's get into it.
This video was made possible by NordVPN. Click the link below and get an exclusive deal with 4 extra months. Also, check out the merch store for some new character pins, the last remaining bucket plushies, and even a calendar.
Oh, wow.
And
Bucket is very
I'm not
silly.
done yet. We've partnered with U2s to bring you an exclusive oversimplified Roman consul figure. Get it while you can at oversimplified.u2s.com. But it's limited edition, so once it's gone, it's gone. So go and buy it now.
You guys, I fear it might already be gone. I'm sorry, this video is quite old.
Hey, what are you still doing here? I said go and buy it now!
Oh, Sika Carthage, 241 BC.
All right, our beloved mercenaries. Let's hear it. Okay, thank you one and all for your hard work fighting in the First Punic War. Would have been nice if you'd won. Maybe tried a little harder. But this isn't the finger-pointing convention. I know you all have one thing on your minds. Hey, when are we all getting paid?
Yay, pay, yay!
Remember you lost your... Okay. Jim, why don't you tell them?
Uh-oh.
I'm not telling them, you tell them. Ugh. Look, you're not getting paid. We lost the First Punic War and owe the Romans a ton of reparations. Of course we can't pay you in full. Let's burn this place to the ground! Hey! Don't burn this place to the ground. Come on, fellas. Will killing us really make you feel better about your money? Yes.
Fastest answer. Oh my god.
Way to go, sir. Shut up, Jim. You're fired. I guess that makes 2 of us. Huh?
Oh no. Second Punic War.
In
Let's
the
go.
aftermath of the First Punic War, Carthage's disgruntled mercenaries, left unpaid for all their hard work, revolted, and Carthage found itself caught up in an extremely destructive mercenary war. The panicked Carthaginians hired more mercenaries to fight the mercenaries they couldn't afford to pay.
Yeah, because it worked so well the first time. What?
And Carthage came dangerously close to collapse. All the while, across the water, there was Rome. Ha! Look at those morons. We just kicked their ass in the First Punic War, and now their own mercenaries are revolting. Haha. Yeah. Wait, First Punic War? You mean there's going to be a second one? Well, we're definitely taking advantage of this situation. So almost certainly, yes. The Romans did, in fact, take advantage of the situation. Amongst the chaos, rebels on the Carthaginian island of Sardinia sent out a cry for help to Rome. Hot diggity dog, said the Romans. That's free real estate. And so in they went. Whoa. That's our island. Get the hell off. Hey, they requested our help. We're simply helping. Oh, no, you don't. Look, we're sending our own army to deal with the rebels, okay? But just to be clear, we're not trying to start a fight with you, so, don't declare war on us or anything. We surrender. Great. And as part of the peace treaty, we get to keep these islands.
Also, that's how that happened, huh?
The Carthaginians were hopping mad. As if their humiliating loss in the First Punic War wasn't bad enough, the Romans now took advantage of their mercenary problem and stole their islands. This shocking land grab was pretty hard to justify.
Yeah, the rage baiting is crazy here. What?
Even by Roman standards. Additionally, the Romans now demanded Carthage pay them even more money on top of what was already owed.
Oh my god!
If Rome was trying to make Carthage as mad as possible, they were doing a fantastic job. The seeds of a Second Punic War were being sown, and they were being watered with Carthaginian tears. Resentment in Carthage continued.
They have a lot of tears, huh?
With Carthaginian tears. Resentment in Carthage only continued to grow. Eventually, Carthage solved their mercenary problem thanks to Carthaginian military genius and hero of the First Punic War, Hamilcar Barca.
Oh, damn. I didn't expect them to actually fix it.
He sorted those naughty
To be
mercenaries out
honest. Oh.
with some good old-fashioned atrocities. And the
Oh, I forgot how freaky it was. I forgot how freaky it was. Wait.
He sorted those naughty mercenaries out with some good old-fashioned atrocities.
Oh,
And the
7.
destructive mercenary war was over. Still, all was not well in Carthage. Mere decades ago, they were the top dogs in the Western Mediterranean. Now, after the crushing defeat in the First Punic War and a huge bill to pay the Romans, Carthage was well and truly under Rome's thumb. What on earth were they supposed to do? If they wanted any chance at regaining their former strength, there was one thing they needed now, more than anything: money. But as long as they owed Rome $1 bazillion, there was nothing they could do. Fortunately for them, amongst their ranks, there was one big hunk of a man with one big clump of a brain. Me, Hamilcar Barca.
Hamilcar Barca? Wait, is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is, by the way? I know he appeared already, but is that who I think it is?
Yes. Wait, why do you all have the exact same voice? I have it too. That's right.
Oh, no.
Hero of the First Punic War, greatest general alive.
No.
And the poster above.
Oh, it's his father. Oh, I remember. That was at the end. Of the First Punic War.
Of my bed, Hamilcar Barca had an idea.
Yeah.
All right, we need money? Well, I've got one word for you. Spain. An area filled with lucrative silver mines, from which the silver would flow like a river, and our pockets would be stuffed, like Tony's mother at a buffet. Hey! So here's my proposal. What the hell? You send me with an army to Spain. I'll expand our territory, get those silver mines up and running, and we'll be able to pay the Romans back in no time. Okay. But just to check, you're not secretly raising the money to go on a bloodthirsty revenge spree against Rome, are you?
Another term of the treaty that didn't get mentioned is that Carthage had to limit his navy to only 100 ships to enable superpower like Carthage is beyond crippling. Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Because we can't afford that. Hanno, my dear, I'm simply going to pay them back.
Uh-oh.
Well, that wasn't reassuring. Few in Carthage were as bitter about their loss in the First Punic War as Hamilcar Barca. 98% of his brain matter had been reallocated to thoughts of revenge. He was also fed up with the Carthaginian politicians for what he deemed a cowardly betrayal when they surrendered at the end of the last war.
They're just playing Uno.
And so for Hamilcar, going to Spain meant being able to act independently from the weak Carthaginian government, building his own strength, and then perhaps somewhere down the line, revenge.
Oh,
However,
shit.
he wasn't going to Spain by himself.
Okay, they were playing Catan. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I saw the cards, but then, yeah.
Hannibal? Yes, father? Would you like to come with me to build an empire in Spain? Oh boy, would I! Barbara, mind if I take our 9-year-old son with me? I want to implant an intense hatred of Rome in him and prepare him for a glorious campaign of vengeance. Just try not to traumatize him, dear. No promises. The young boy Hannibal would accompany his father. Watching, learning. Boy
Wait, what did that say? What did that
Hannibal
say?
would accompany his father. Watching.
Things I like about that. His beard, his eye scar, the way he smells of Roman blood. Yeah, that sounds similar to the things I wrote as a kid. Yeah.
Learning. Boy, you see that city over there? Yes, father?
He
That
does look cute.
is Rome. Do you know what we do to Romans? No, father. We hate them, Hannibal. We hate them with every fiber of our being. But why, father? Can't I just play with my Digimons? No, son! They
Aw.
took everything from us. Our land, our wealth, our pride. Those animals. I'll tear them limb from limb. I'll burn their pathetic city to the ground.
Oh.
Dad?
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, son. I've just never been so proud. Keep going. I'll slaughter their people. I'll cut off their faces and wear them as masks.
That's not scary at all to hear from a kid.
I love you, son. After taking Hannibal to the Temple of Baal and having him swear an oath never to be a friend of Rome, off dad and son went for their lovely beach holiday in Spain. But Spain was already inhabited by many tribespeople, and when Hamilcar suddenly showed up in their territory, they were like, "Hey, who the hell are you? What are you doing here? I'm teaching my son how to become a warrior like me." Aw, well, that's sweet. Well then, little guy, let's see what you got.
Whoa!
As Hamilcar got to work fighting the tribes of Iberia and expanding Carthaginian influence, Hannibal became a child of war, even earning battle scars from a young age. And he grew to become a great military leader himself, making his father very proud. I love you so much, son. Dad, not in front of the enemy. You killed that guy so well, son. The Barkers successfully consolidated.
Damn, Dad, why would you say that? Dad, Mom, you can't show love to me in front of my friends. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when I was younger, I had a similar mindset. Like as a kid or a teen. Right? It was like embarrassing. But it really isn't if you think about it. It's just sweet. I mean, you know, maybe not so much in this context, but...
Carthaginian power got those silver mines up and running, and were sending buckets of cash back to a money-starved Carthage. And symbolizing Carthage's regrowing strength, a beautiful new city would eventually be founded in Spain. New Carthage, with a magnificent palace at its center. Carthage is
Whoa, they have elephants that do silly dances. Do you see that, you guys?
With a magnificent
Look at the
palace
guy.
at its center. Carthage is back, baby! What in the name of Apollo is going on here? Romans! Flowing silver mines? Dancing elephants?
Oh.
What are you up to, Hamilcar? I'm simply gathering the money to pay you back. Oh, okay then. Or are you rebuilding strength to go on a bloodthirsty revenge spree? Like I said, Claudius, I'm simply trying to pay you back. Aw. You guys are hugging. No, we're not. I was. I was hugging. Hamilcar had practically carved out a kingdom for himself in Spain, free from the meddling Carthaginian politicians. His power was becoming immense. But Dad, yes, my son? I'm confused. Are we really simply paying the Romans back? We're not gonna go on a bloodthirsty revenge spree? Of course we are. I'm just saying that to get the Romans off our backs. Listen, here's the most important life lesson I have for you. Vengeance is everything. An all-encompassing thirst for vengeance is great for your mental health. Are you still confused? No.
Are you sure? Okay, listen. I read the Oshinoko manga. I know that this is not true. Guys. No. You guys. Oh no.
I get it now. But what if the Romans find out what we're up to? They won't find out. Why? Well, Hannibal, because I use NordVPN.
I know it would happen. I knew it would happen, but I forgot. I kind of forgot.
I'm confused again. Do you like your computer being hacked, all your passwords being stolen, and used to create a fake virtual you who drains your mom's bank account? Me neither.
Oh my god, you guys, do you also sometimes get like messages like that? Oh my god.
And that's why I use NordVPN. These days, hackers are only getting smarter, while you're only getting dumber. Whether it's...
Yeah, by the way, on the topic of Oshinoko, I agree. I didn't like the ending either, and I hope the anime will have a different ending anyway.
Convincing phishing attacks, fake Wi-Fi networks, or clicking your aunt's Facebook post that opens the door to a hacker party on your device? You need to protect yourself from online threats with NordVPN. NordVPN allows you to connect to secure servers that encrypt your data and keeps you safe by blocking malicious websites with their threat protection feature. With NordVPN, you can also connect to other territories and take advantage of better deals or content not available in your country. And if you don't like it, it comes with a 30-day money-back
Wait a second, by the way. I don't think this is available in my country. Wait a second, I want to check because I'm curious right now. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Available in your country. And if you don't like it, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go to nordvpn.com/oversimplified to get an exclusive deal with a huge discount and 4 extra months. That's nordvpn.com/oversimplified. And as always, you'll be supporting
Targeted
my
ad,
channel.
yeah.
So thank you. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Carthaginian tears, a child of war, and the Carthaginian conquest of Spain. The Carthaginian recovery had been staggeringly quick, and Rome was seriously alarmed. But they were also preoccupied with ongoing wars elsewhere, including an expansionist war to the north, where they were enslaving thousands of northern Celts. So for now, to keep Carthage in check, the Romans insisted on a new treaty. See this river? The two sides agreed that everything above it was in Rome's sphere of influence, while beneath it was Carthage. Under no circumstances were the Carthaginians to expand north of that river. But for now, Hamilcar and son were living it up. Well, son, here's to many more years of successful campaigning in Spain. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just have to go fight those guys. See you later, son. I love you.
Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know. I had a feeling this would happen. No!
What the? Oh, crap. I drowned? Oh, well. Always remember, son. You are vengeance.
Row 7.
Also, delete my browsing history. Hamilcar
Imagine your dad says that to you. I'm just saying.
Barca was tragically ambushed at a river and drowned. His son-in-law, and possibly also his lover, no further questions, took charge for a while. But he too was later assassinated, leaving finally a 26-year-old Hannibal in charge of the Carthaginian armies in Spain. Sources say the men readily accepted him as their leader. He chose to suffer the same hardships as his men. He lived in the same conditions, was often the first into battle and the last one out. And it also—
Wait, lover? Wait.
Hannibal, in charge of the Carthaginian armies in Spain. Sources say the men readily accepted him as their leader. He chose to suffer the same hardships as his men. He lived in the same conditions, was often
Damn!
the first into battle and the last one out. And it also helped that he looked a lot like his dad. He had the total respect of his—
Wait, it was further back? Wait. I didn't even— Wait, did I not realize it? Wait!
his son-in-law, and possibly also his lover.
Oh! I totally missed that he said lover. Son-in-law. And... Okay. No further questions? I mean, I don't even know what to ask, you know?
No further questions. Took charge for a while, but he too was later assassinated, leaving finally a 26-year-old
Aw, poor guy.
Hannibal in charge of the Carthaginian armies in Spain. Sources say the men readily accepted him as their leader. He chose to suffer the same hardships as his men. He lived in the same conditions, was often the first into battle and the last one out. And it also helped that he looked a lot like his dad. He had the total respect of his men. If he said jump, they said how high. If he said tuck me in, they said how tight. If he said talk to a girl without peeing your pants, they said that's impossible. Nobody can do that.
It's like chat. That's like chat. Huh? Oh.
An army that would follow him anywhere would be crucial for exacting his vengeance against Rome. Hannibal's army had become a strong and loyal fighting force, and that was making a certain
It's like me too. Don't worry, guys.
nation very uncomfortable. Seeing Carthage re-strengthen so quickly was not something Rome had expected, yet here they were, paying off their debts and expanding their territory. It didn't feel very much like Carthage was under Rome's thumb at all, and Rome wanted to put an end to it. Tensions were strung tighter than your liar's G-string, and all it would take was one incident to trigger all-out war. And in 219 BC, a city in Spain would find itself at the very center of that fateful incident, Saguntum. Remember that treaty declaring everything south of this river to be Carthage's sphere of influence? Well, Saguntum should therefore obviously be Carthaginian, right? Wrong! Saguntum had actually scored itself an informal alliance with Rome after
Oh, is that Barcelona now?
Rome had helped it with an internal dispute. With Carthaginian encroachment, Saguntum began to fear for its independence, and Rome declared itself Saguntum's protector. But this clearly went against the Ebro River Treaty. So what on earth was Rome doing? Were the Saguntines and the Romans truly just BFFs?
No? Oh. Barcelona more north. Okay. I got bamboozled by Chad.
It's possible. Or was Rome deliberately trying to interfere with Hannibal's Spanish expansion?
I've only been to Spain as like a small kid. I don't remember. I should go to Spain again at some point. I think it's pretty.
Possible. Or was Rome deliberately trying to interfere with Hannibal's Spanish expansion and maintain a staging post for a future war with Carthage? More likely. And Hannibal certainly viewed this Rome-Saguntum alliance as an outrage. Yet another example of Roman arrogance. At first, he left Saguntum alone. But having learnt from his father to hate all things Roman and having inherited his father's dream of bringing Rome to its knees,
That's messed up. You can't just do that. You can't just cold wax his chest. It hurts, you guys. I've never tried it myself. I mean, I don't have a hairy chest, but I heard the waxing hurts a lot on your legs even.
More and more, Hannibal may have begun to see Saguntum as an opportunity. Could this controversial alliance be just what devilish little Hannibal needed to kickstart a second war with Rome and restore Carthaginian dominance? It's even possible that Rome were also using Saguntum to goad Hannibal into a fight so they could go and kick him out of Spain. And as the two giants began gearing up for round two, the poor people of Saguntum had no idea that they were about to be crushed in the collision. Hey, your alliance with Saguntum is an insult, and we won't stand for it. They're our friends, Hannibal, and if you lay a finger on them, it'll be an act of war. Yeah, Hannibal, back the hell off. War, eh? I was thinking I might just
Why is he
besiege their city
Canadian?
and massacre their people. I hope you do, Hannibal. Find out what happens. Yeah, we hope you do, Hannibal. Wait, what? Maybe I will. Go ahead. Kill them all. Okay then. Fine. Okay, guess I'll do just that. Consul, we look forward to it. Consul? You're gonna protect us though, right, Consul? Consul! Oh no! To top it all off,
It's over for them. No. They rage baiting each other.
when the Saguntine people made the genius decision of raiding into Carthaginian territory, enough was enough. In an action that was guaranteed to provoke the Romans into war, Hannibal besieged the city. The siege of Saguntum lasted 8 cruel months before Hannibal broke through the city defenses and turned Saguntum into a killing field. It was a massacre.
It's so Jover. No.
Tell me I didn't just catch you massacring our friends, the Saguntes. Well, Consul?
Sagundese? Sagundese? Sagundese nuts? Sorry. Bad timing.
If you like the Saguntes so much, perhaps you should sug on these nuts.
Got him! Guys, I swear I have never watched this before, okay? What?
Hearing word of the attack on Saguntum, Rome was understandably
heck?
in an uproar, and all eyes were now fixated on what would happen next, as Rome sent a delegation to Carthage, led by one of the most highly esteemed Roman senators, Fabius Maximus. He demanded an answer for Hannibal's sins. All right, listen up, scum. You've got a rogue general in Spain attacking a Roman ally. What are we supposed to do about it? Well, there shouldn't have even been a Roman ally in Spain. You're the aggressor here. Hand Hannibal over to us as a criminal so we can punish him severely. No, yes, no.
No!
Look, I hold in the folds of my toga both peace and war. Which one should I let drop? Whichever one you want. Then I
What?
choose.
Oh. Damn.
The Second
damn.
Punic War had
Punic War mention.
begun.
Pune mention.
Pack it up, boys. We've got them. We already destroyed these clowns once, and we were the underdogs. Now, we're the overdogs? Hot dogs. Exactly. This is gonna be easy. Here's the plan. Consul Longus, you take your army and sail straight for Carthage. Burn that city to the ground.
He looks like handsome Squidward. Look at that. Oh.
And Consul Scipio, you just head on over to Iberia and make sure this Hannibal guy doesn't do anything crazy. I mean, what's he gonna do? Cross the Alps? We're going to what? Cross the Alps. We're going to what? I just told you, Hannibal will freeze to death. Trust me, Jerome. The Romans are expecting us to fight the same way we did last time, passively, taking no initiative. They think it's gonna be easy. So this time, we have to be aggressive. We have to go on the attack. It sickens me to say this, but this time, we have to be a little more Roman. You mean we're gonna take poops and baths together? But I'm insecure about my hairy legs. No, I'm saying this time, we're gonna take the fight to them. Think about it. Rome thinks they're simply going to invade us and win the war. So when they suddenly find themselves being invaded from the north, they'll freak out. Like Tony's mother, when the buffet runs out of shrimp. Hey! I gotta admit, it's actually kind of genius. And my hairy legs.
Guys, are you shrimp enjoyers? Are you shrimp enjoyers? I feel like everyone is. I feel like maybe not everyone, but come on, shrimp.
Will insulate me from the cold. That's the spirit.
It's a very mom thing to be obsessed with it, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a thing of it's like a mom thingy to be obsessed with them. Don't enjoy those shrimp as many. Guys don't like them that much. They're so good but expensive. They are expensive. But don't worry, if it's a buffet, you can eat them. I mean, I like them. I'm not super obsessed, but I like them. My favorite way to eat shrimps has to be in like Vietnamese summer rolls, you know? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hannibal, you have my
Or fried shrimp. Fried shrimp is so good. You're right. Oh my god.
legs will insulate me from the cold. That's the spirit. Hannibal, you have my sword and my spear and my legs.
Whoa!
Ugh. Hannibal's plan, a daring Alpine trek to surprise the Romans, was a bold but risky strategy. If it paid off, he could catch the Romans with their pants down, but he could also end up losing a ton of men and supplies in the hostile mountain conditions. Nevertheless, in 218 BC, with a fire in his eyes and some vengeance in his belly, Hannibal brought his force of almost 100,000 men across the Ebro River. They spent months on the road, trekking through the cold, hostile mountain conditions. And when they finally reached the other side, they said, "Hooray! We did it! We crossed the Alps."
Yay!
No, those were the Pyrenees.
What?
Those are the Alps.
Oh. No. Wait, the Pyrenees are also cold and stuff. No.
After crossing the Pyrenees, the army then had to pass through southern Gaul, a vast territory filled with tribespeople, many of whom were hostile to Hannibal's presence. His journey to the Alps was an ordeal in itself, as he was forced to fight his way through and incurred pretty hefty losses before even reaching the mountains. His plan was almost stopped in its tracks entirely, as the Roman consul Scipio, on his way to Iberia, discovered Hannibal was right on his doorstep. Suddenly, Hannibal's journey became a race as he rushed to get his massive army across the vast Rhone River before the Romans could intercept him. The crossing was chaotic, with the panicking elephants causing several men to drown.
Oh, right. He went with elephants. Crazy.
And the first combat of the war occurred when small scouting parties from each side encountered one another. When Scipio finally caught up to Hannibal's position, what he found was an empty Carthaginian camp. Hannibal had slipped through his fingers. The Roman consul Scipio felt the weight of the situation. Quite unbelievably, Hannibal was going to cross the Alps into Italy, and the Romans had no idea where he would emerge. For the first time, a Carthaginian force had the Roman homeland under threat. Scipio sent his men onto Iberia as planned, but he himself rushed home to raise a new army so that if Hannibal survived the crossing, Scipio would be there, waiting. Would you look at that, boys? We're here, the Alps. Although it is a little later than I expected.
Whoa! Am I seeing John Cena? John Cena? John Cena? I don't know how to pronounce that. John Cena? 老干嘛?
Yeah, it's kind of chilly. We'll set up camp here and wait for spring, right? It's way too cold, right? Hannibal?
I thought it was like this with an X. John Cena. I don't know how to pronounce the Chinese X. I forgot. John Cena? Like that? I don't know. But if... You don't see anything! It just looks like a blank calendar. Oh, okay.
Hannibal's famous crossing of the Alps was brutal. It was already autumn, and the men suffered terribly.
No!
It was cold. Men would fall off the sides of icy cliffs.
Bro, imagine you go this far and then this is how you die.
They starved. They fell off the sides of icy cliffs. Some sources say they had to eat their pack animals. And
see, this is why I'm scared of like cliffs and heights, like, you know, holy shit.
Would finish off dying comrades in order to take their clothes for extra warmth. And then they would fall off the sides of icy cliffs.
Oh my God!
Imagine an army of 50,000 men with all of their horses, supplies, and 37 elephants trying to navigate the most hostile mountain range in Europe. And it wasn't just nature that they were up against. Tribespeople lived in the mountains, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. A tribe approached Hannibal and said, "Hey man, geez, that's some nice armor. What is that, gold? Man, I'd really like that armor. Hey boss, they've got food as well. Shut up, be cool. Hey, why don't you let us guide you through this narrow gorge? We're not gonna kill you or nothing. Just..."
Sounds very sus. I thought they were gonna take the elephants though. Imagine, you know, you've never seen an elephant in your life, and then you suddenly see them, and you potentially have a chance. You know?
Let's walk right on through there. We're not gonna kill you. It's just right this way. We're not gonna kill you. Hannibal's army were forced to fight their way through the gorge as massive boulders rained down on them from above. Some clever reorganization of his line helped them survive, and they were able to fend off the opportunistic tribes. But losses from the constant attacks were heavy. As the journey continued, men who went over the sides would get stuck on the ice sheets below and had to make a grisly choice between starving to death or just getting it over with.
Oh, that's so scary. I hate that so much.
When the deeply demoralized army reached the summit and rested for a couple days, Hannibal tried to lift their spirits with a rousing speech. Look, men, down there. It's Rome. These plains stretching out in front of you are bountiful with food to eat and Romans to kill. Move, Bessie! Look, you have just climbed the walls of Rome. The hard part is over. From here on out, it's all downhill, and nobody else will die. Except for them.
What the heck? It keeps happening! It keeps happening! Elephants are smart enough that they'll just stomp you if they don't know you and you try to steal them. I didn't know that, huh?
The rest of us here, no one dies. Starting now. Okay, let's go. Oh, for goodness sake! As it turned out, the descent was as deadly as the way up, with the cold really starting to set in. The path became even more narrow, and at one point, the men spent 3 days in the freezing cold, repairing a collapsed road. When they finally reached the bottom, Hannibal said, "Look, guys, we did it." Well, I thought it went really well. When Hannibal
What? How?
left Spain, he had about 100,000 men. By the time he reached the Italian plains, his numbers had dwindled to about 26,000.
Dude, that's absolutely insane. From 100, that's 74%. Quick maths, guys, quick maths. 74% is just gone. Dude, what?
He was now caught in enemy territory
He entered the Alps with 50,000. Oh my god.
without a supply line or source of reinforcements. And any elephants who had survived to this point were almost certainly traumatized. So what on earth was Hannibal up to? This supposed military genius had just led a starving and weakened army right into enemy territory. Any modern general who lost half their men to mountains would be immediately fired and possibly even depanced on live TV. Here's the thing. While Hannibal may not have planned on losing quite so many men, he had almost certainly expected considerable losses, and he always had a plan for how to replace them. Need men? Northern Italy was full of men. Big, burly Celtic men. All the men Hannibal would ever need to beat off Rome. These Celts.
Wait, how does he have so many pictures of... Oh my god.
All the men
Okay.
Hannibal would ever need to beat off Rome. These Celts were filled with resentment, having only recently been conquered by Rome. Hannibal hoped to be seen as a liberator, convince the Celts to cut ties with Rome, and instead join him in crushing Rome. That way, he could gain a source of reinforcements and supplies right in Rome's backyard. But sir, in order to win the loyalty of the Celts, we would need to make a seriously favorable impression on them. How do we get them to like us? Kill them. One of Hannibal's first actions
That's not what I expected.
in Italy was to obliterate a nearby tribe who wouldn't join him. This sent a clear message to all the other tribes. It was his wrath they should fear, not Rome's. The realization that a Carthaginian army had just invaded them must have been shocking for the Romans. But when they looked at this ragtag group broken by the Alps, they couldn't have felt very intimidated. However, Hannibal was now in Italy, and he was about to embark on one of the most astonishing military campaigns in all of human history.
Oh my god.
The Romans may not have known it yet, but there was now a monster loose in their territory, and he was vying for Roman blood.
Damn. Okay, let's go right into the second. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you.
This video was made possible.
Can tell from... Wait. Oh, I can tell from experience killing those you want to get to like you 9 out of 10 times doesn't work. Without any context, that's such a crazy sentence, but I see that. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you.
By Incogni. Use code Oversimplified in
cinema.
the link below for an exclusive 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Also, make sure to grab our Roman Consul U2s before it's too late. Don't make me mention it a third time, or I'll you know what.
What? He will marry my mom? Wait. You guys, you see this? Yo! But she's married though. Okay.
Hannibal's army had survived its famous crossing of the Alps, and he was now in Italy. With Hannibal's arrival, the Roman consul Scipio hit the ground running. In typical Roman fashion, he marched his army straight at the enemy, and Hannibal began preparing for his first combat with Rome on Italian soil. Before the battle, Hannibal wanted to inspire his men, so he staged a gladiatorial death match between captured Celt prisoners, with the winner getting prizes and freedom. He then explained that the whole thing was a metaphor. A metaphor? For what? You! These warriors are you! You're trapped in Italy with no escape. Your only choice now is to fight and win. What about the dead guy? That's you if you don't win.
He killed a guy just to make a point? Okay, I see.
And the prizes? That's what you stand to gain by winning. And the fact that I've soiled myself in all this excitement? That...
Uh-oh.
No, that's not part of the metaphor. Okay. Hannibal also...
Did he really need to do all that? I remember that point. I mean, I guess so.
Smashed in the head of a goat. Again, for inspiration.
Did he need to do all that? What? What the heck?
Scipio, on the other hand, now arriving in the area, opted for the more classic route of a rousing pre-battle speech. Look at them, men. Weak, starved by the Alps, while we are the strongest military in the world. This will be easy, like 10,000 horse-sized ducks fighting a baby-sized baby.
Guys, 10,000 horse-sized... Wait, no. 10,000 baby-sized horses or one horse-sized baby, Chad? Or maybe 10,000 is a lot. Maybe 100.
It'll be like Mike Tyson in his prime, kicking a baby. A tug of war between 10 sumo wrestlers and a... Help me out here, Ralph. A baby, sir? Yes! Yes, that's it! A baby!
Nuclear... Wait, how did it go? Atomic bomb versus crying baby. There you go.
Point is, there is absolutely no possible way we could lose a battle this easy. So, if everybody's ready, on my mark...
He was literally making the meme back then. Oh shit, okay, never mind.
The Battle of Ticinus was over almost as soon as it had begun, as the Romans found themselves completely outmatched by Hannibal's famed lightning-fast Numidian cavalry, a key element in Hannibal's devastating double envelopment tactics. In the chaos, Scipio was wounded. Thankfully, according to some ancient writers, his handsome 17-year-old son, Scipio the Younger, saw his father fall.
Nice name, by the way. Scipio the Younger. No! We got an F again! Oh. Are we coming back, perhaps? Are we coming back? Works again. Oh, we had such a good streak. I was too hopeful. I was too hopeful, I guess. Okay, we're back.
Scipio the Younger supposedly saved his father, and
Anyway, what I just said, this guy's called Scipio the Younger. Very, very creative name. Nice creative name.
Younger saw his father fall. Scipio the Younger supposedly saved his father, and in the process, earned himself a lot of daddy's kisses. The Romans ended up fleeing the area, destroying the bridge behind them as they went. For a nation so overtly confident in victory, believing Hannibal to be an easy kill, the Romans found themselves running away with their tail between their legs.
Wait, really? There were roughly 10 male Roman names in total. Wait, like in the entire country? Oh, okay.
It was humiliating. And you know who thought so as well? The Celts. They began flocking
Oh, because they were influential. Okay, gotcha.
to Hannibal's side, just as he'd hoped. Even Celtic troops fighting for Rome in the Roman camp began to reconsider. Man, I'm thinking we should try to join Hannibal. I hear you. Maybe we should bring him a gift. What do you think he'd like? Oh, I know. Hey, Hannibal. We want to join your side, and we brought you a present. A gift? For me? I hope it's Roman heads. Oh, please be Roman heads.
Whoa!
How did you know? Running away.
Aw, he got what he wanted, you guys. He got what he wanted.
Away from Hannibal was humiliating enough, but having dozens of Romans beheaded in the night, now that's embarrassing.
Wait, that's fucked up. Holy shit. W Gifter. Yeah, W Gifter.
Ticinus had been a relatively small battle, but the psychological impact it had early on was huge, and it was only just a taste of what Hannibal was capable of. Despite the shocking initial loss, however, Rome still didn't seem to fully understand the danger posed by the monster now loose in their territory. The Senate was full of excuses. It's those traitorous Celts. That's why we lost. Yeah, and it was a cavalry battle. Wait until Hannibal faces our almighty legions. And our consul was bold. Once he faces our other fully follicled consul, then he'll really pee his pants. That other consul, Longus, had been in the south all this time, preparing to invade
It's fine to be bald, you guys. It's okay to be bald. It's okay to be bald.
Africa. He had seen some success, even capturing Malta. But then he heard the news. Hannibal's in Italy? And I'm being ordered home? But I was gonna be the big boy. I was gonna invade Carthage and win the war. Well, you can be a big boy at home. No! Does somebody need a nap, sir? No! No!
Get it now!
So Longus brought his army on the long journey north. When he arrived in the area to decisively neutralize Hannibal, the two consuls joined their forces together, creating a double consular army. But the two consuls weren't exactly on the same page. Having a nice rest there, old man? I'm wounded, Longus. Pathetic. You don't understand.
Bro.
He's more dangerous than we thought. Maybe for you. Whoops. Listen, we
Oh no. Why'd you mock him like that?
can't just march straight at him like we normally do. We need to train our men through the winter, and we'll try again in spring. Sorry, I don't take advice from a bowling ball. Hey! Oh,
Bro! Yeah, Longus, by the way, Longus. Longus what? Longus?
kick your ass, Longus.
Longus.
Any day now. I'm coming.
His name is Longus, so I'm just saying.
Just you wait. Oh, Scipio, you feeble old man.
Bruh.
Scipio was apparently quite cautious after his recent encounter with Hannibal, while Longus, typically Roman, couldn't wait to give Hannibal a swirly. So who would get their way?
Probably not a bad idea to be cautious, though.
Well,
His wife is very happy, yeah. I think so, too.
when two consuls joined their forces, it turned out the Romans had an interesting system in place. They would each take turns being the one in charge. Consul 1 would lead one day, then Consul 2 the next. Back and forth, back and forth. As you can imagine, when the two consuls didn't agree, things didn't go so well. In this case, due to Scipio's injury, Longus probably assumed even more command than...
Wait, there was an actual Roman emperor named Pupianus Maximus. Bruh. No. They didn't know. They didn't know how goofy it sounds.
In this case, due to Scipio's injury, Longus probably assumed even more command than normal. Hannibal had Celtic spies in the Roman camp. He fully understood the Roman system and Longus's hot-headed nature, and he knew he could exploit it. For goodness sake! What's wrong, sir? I'm trying to order some pizza, but I keep getting fed all these personalized ads about being a hothead. I'm not a hothead, am I? No, sir. Look at this. Butt insurance? Who would buy butt insurance? Yeah, that sounds really stupid. Sir, it seems like a lot of data brokers have collected data on you. They could sell that data to Hannibal. What? But don't worry, because you can get rid of that data with today's wonderful sponsor, Incogni. Hooray! I've been getting at you.
This one wasn't as sneaky as the other. I knew immediately it would be a sponsor.
You for some time to protect your personal data online. But you're a nimwit, aren't you? You didn't do it, did you? Typical. And now would you look at that? Tons of data brokers have collected a heck of a lot of your personal data and might sell it to third parties like advertisers or insurance companies without you even knowing. Ever wonder where Sally from the Butt Insurance Company got your name, number, address, social security number, and favorite color from? Probably a dirt.
I don't need butt insurance, please. Wait, is it good or bad if you need butt insurance? Wait a second.
Data broker. We could painstakingly contact the hundreds of brokers that have our data and politely ask them to delete it. That process would only take the average human about 3,000 years. And that's why you need Incogni. I was shocked to find how many data brokers Incogni had tracked, potentially selling my data. But all I had to do was create an Incogni account, give them permission to work on my behalf, then sit back and let them do all the hard work for me. And since these data brokers don't stop there, Incogni will continuously work to keep my data safe with an annual plan. So if you want to protect your personal data too, go to incogni.com/oversimplified to get an exclusive 60% off an annual Incogni plan. That's incogni.com/oversimplified. And as always, you'll be supporting my channel.
Okay, it implies that your butt is precious enough to justify insurance. Ah, I see. But, I mean, what's supposed to happen?
So thank you. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Roman heads, a double consular army, and a hothead. Hannibal.
Pay for yours. Thanks, I think. In case of buttered. Oh, that makes sense. Maybe a horrible chair accident could happen, huh? Do snails have butts? I mean, have you seen the emote? Have you seen the emote?
Needed to keep smashing the Romans in battle in order to maintain the loyalty of the Celts. And so he was eager to fight another battle. The combined Roman force possibly outnumbered him, so he carefully crafted a clever trap, and he made sure to spring it while Longus was still in charge. The plan began with his army getting an early night's sleep. All right, boys, time for lights out. Sorry, but we got a big day ahead of us. Tomorrow, we're gonna massacre the Romans. Good night, boys. Dream of revenge.
EP time.
Gorzog, send out the cavalry.
Wait, whoa, wait, 1 second. Are we still in the Roman Empire, or are we in the freaking, what the helly? Are we in freaking Clash of Clans?
That night, Hannibal's Numidian cavalry made their way over to the Roman camp, arriving just before dawn. Hey, Romans! Wait.
Yeah, I meant Middle Earth, but I couldn't figure it out. I forgot the word. So I said, but there's orcs in Clash of Clans too, right?
Roman camp, arriving just before dawn. Hey, Romans! Wakey, wakey! What the? What's going on? Hey, Longus, your butt smells like a butt. It does not! Scipio!
Whoa!
Awaken the troops! Longus, these playground
Chat, your butt smells like a butt. And your armpits smell like armpits!
insults are clearly meant to lure you out. Well, it's working! Send out the troops! Longus, it's clearly a trap. And I'm falling for it! Send out the troops! Hey guys, wake up. You're heading out for battle. What? But we haven't had breakfast. We're skipping breakfast! I don't think you can do that. As the Romans hurried out of camp, the Numidians began luring them back to the Carthaginian camp, where these gentle angels were just awakening from their slumber. Eat up,
Good morning.
boys! We're having pancakes!
Good morning!
While the Carthaginians were enjoying their hearty breakfast, the starving Romans were still on their way. Hurry up! We have to catch those Numidians. Hey, why have you stopped marching? Longus, there's a freezing river in front of us. Well, get your gluteus maximus in the water!
Whoa!
All right, boys, time to lather up. This oil will insulate you from the cold. It also smells like lavender. There's the Carthaginian camp. Get ready to fight, men. Sir, I think the water from the river is beginning to ice over.
No! The poor guys.
I can't move. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought war would be fun? Sitting around a nice hot campfire playing truth or dare with your friends? Welcome to the real world! Truth. Who do you like? Sharon. Hey,
Sharon?
look, guys, the Romans are here. Having perfectly orchestrated events so that his enemy was cold, tired.
The difference, you guys. They look so cute. They look like little. Wait. There's like a character, German characters that look like this. Wait, in my head they look similar, more similar. I thought of Mainzelmännchen, but these ones even have a cuter face. They're so ready, yeah. I mean, they also kind of look like dwarves a little bit.
And hungry, while his men were well rested and covered in oil. When the two sides
Covered in
engaged
oil. Very important, guys. I guess if you're covered in oil, you fight better.
one another, the Romans were in no condition to fight. And the cherry on top, the previous night, Hannibal had sent out an elite force of men led by his brother to go and hide behind a bush. They suddenly sprung out, encircling the exhausted Romans, who were then cut to pieces. Once again, Hannibal's superior cavalry and double envelopment tactics had flummoxed the Romans. But the key word at Trebia was control. Hannibal used his intel on the enemy and the environment of the battlefield to carefully control the conditions of battle, creating lots of little advantages for himself that paved the way to success. And concealing troops for an ambush? All of these things are what make Hannibal the genius he's remembered as today. As for Longus, he managed to escape the battlefield with a small number of troops.
Damn.
Disgraced, he didn't want this
Longus not so long anymore, huh?
Senate to find out what had happened, and he began obscuring communications back to Rome. Longus, where have you been? We've been looking for you. Nowhere in particular. Longus, 30,000 men are missing. Do you know where they are?
30,000?
They're taking a bath. 30,000 men? All in a bath? Yes. Longus, what's under that rug? Aurora Borealis? Oh.
Oh no.
Aurora Borealis? Oh, well, that's my consulship over. Good luck with Hannibal. Bye.
Bruh.
Had been a disaster for the Romans, and as even more Celt.
Wait, did you see that?
Bye. Trebia had been a disaster.
Damn! 20 to 30k out of 40k. Almost almost all of Hannibal's elephants succumbed to cold soon after this battle. No, the elephants! Oh, 7 elephants.
For the Romans. And as even more Celts began flocking to Hannibal, Rome largely lost its control over Cisalpine Gaul. In Rome, complacency turned to alarm. Hannibal had outwitted them on their own soil and inflicted a costly defeat. But with that, Scipio and Longus's terms as consul were over. They were replaced with 2 new consuls, Servilius and Flaminius.
He looks so angry. I like how Servilius is just has like the basic oversimplified. You know, he just has the simple oversimplified face, and then Flaminius has like a detailed face. Guys, find the stand user.
The Romans may now have begun to realize the trouble they were in and the genius Hannibal had shown in invading Italy. The Romans had expected to be the ones controlling this war. Remember, they thought they were going to invade Carthage. Now their plans lay in ruins, and they were levying 11 new legions to deal with the threat. Hannibal had completely redefined the war. But Hannibal had a little problem of his own. Things had gone well so far, but the Celts were notoriously fickle, and Hannibal needed to ensure he maintained their alliance and his base of support in Italy. Any Celts he captured fighting for Rome, he treated extremely well and allowed them to return to their homes. But the longer he hung around in their territory, eating all their food and leaving beard trimmings in their sinks, the more resentful they may become. They wanted to go south and plunder some Roman booty, and Hannibal also hoped to sway Rome's other Italian allies in the south to his side. So from here, the path was clear. Hannibal had to move south. Just one problem. There were 2 main routes Hannibal could take to move south. And wouldn't you know it, that's exactly where the 2 new Roman consuls had taken fortified positions.
What the heck? Why does everything sound the same? Iridium, aluminum. I was gonna say aluminum. Wow. Okay. Yeah, mountains again. I forgot for a second too that Italy also has a lot of mountains.
If Hannibal tried to move on them, he'd be fighting from a disadvantaged position and could be bottled in. There is a third option. Ooh, tell me. We could move through this vast impassable marshland flooded with dirty, stinky, disease-infested water that at times would come up to our necks. But there's no way we would attempt that, right? That'd be crazy, right? Hannibal? Hannibal's 4-day trek.
Of course he would. No, they're going through the poopy water. No!
Across the Arno marshlands was hell on earth. Almost as crazy as when he crossed the Alps. Imagine 3 full days unable to sit or lie down because there's nowhere to sit or lie down, meaning 4 full days without sleep, slugging through heavy mud. You contract cholera.
A slug mentioned? No, not cholera!
Your foot falls off, and Jim Bob directly in front of you won't stop pooping in your path. In fact, everybody's pooping in your path.
See, that's what I'm saying. They're walking through poopy water.
Some delirious, sleepless men would see clumps of mud and say, man, I could just sink into that. And then they would. When pack animals died, it gave nearby men a chance to rest, but only for a few moments before they were whipped back into line. Even Hannibal himself couldn't escape the torture of it. Hey, Hannibal, if we see a Starbucks, can we stop? I need to take a leak.
Oh, shit!
What? Jeez, Hannibal.
I guess he doesn't have a mirror. I guess he doesn't know.
Well, looks like you picked up a nasty eye infection. Normally for this sort of thing, we just wash it out with some clean water. But as you can see, water everywhere, but it's full of Jim Bob's poop. No worries, Doc. I'll just take care of it myself.
Oh my god.
That'll be $3,000.
What? What the heck? Oh, so that's why he has an eye patch. Why do they have American healthcare there? Oh my god.
Now
Crazy.
possibly one-eyed Hannibal and his army emerged from the swamp. They were shattered, but he had just managed to slip 50,000 men right past the Romans into rich Etrurian lands, where he could replenish his supplies, and his Celt allies could go crazy, securing Roman loot and booty. As fields and villages went up in flames, one Roman consul couldn't help but notice. The hot-headed Flaminius, feeling it was his responsibility to protect these lands, rather than waiting for his co-consul to come join him, immediately left
Yeah,
to
the
go
booty
chase
guy.
Hannibal. Now, this Flaminius was an interesting character. He was what the Romans called a new man.
Wait.
This was an interesting character. He was what the Romans called a new man.
A novus homo, you guys. A novus homo.
He came from the lower plebeian classes of Roman society, and as a result, he reportedly had kind of a screw-you attitude to the establishment, and a big old arrogant chip on his shoulder. Picture Sid Vicious wearing a toga. That's Flaminius. And Hannibal, thanks to his spies, knew everything. Just as with Longus, Hannibal knew Flaminius was just the kind of man he
Yeah, I didn't know that guy either, but...
could lure into a trap. Hannibal led Flaminius to the entrance of a narrow pass along the north shore of Lake Trasimene. Flaminius watched as Hannibal's army entered the pass. I've done it. I've spotted the enemy. Sir? That big follow us sign seems kind of like they're trying to lure you in. Yes, Gareth, and I'm taking the bait. Sir, this really seems like a trap. Yes, Gareth, and I'm falling for it. Daylight was fading.
Oh, okay. Easy.
For now, the
I
Romans set up
guess.
camp. The two armies encamped across the lake from one another, and night fell over the two camps. In the morning, Flaminius would catch up to Hannibal, and he would be the hero of Rome.
Yeah, bro's XDDing, huh?
For now, the Romans got nice and comfy in their beds. Good night, Flaminius. Good night, Rome.
Okay, so he was just in a punk band. Okay. Sex Pistols, okay. I've heard the name before.
Good
EP
evening,
time!
Hannibal. During the night, Hannibal ordered total stealth
Good night, Rome. EP.
as tens of thousands of troops
Oh, so EP.
scaled the wooded hills above the pass,
They're dreaming. They're dreaming, you
completely
guys.
undetected by Rome's scouts.
Oh, good morning.
Let's go, girls. Flaminius took off across the lake shore to try to catch Hannibal. As he did, even the weather seemed to be on Hannibal's side. A thick fog rose from the surface of the lake, obscuring visibility. Look at this! This is perfect! The mist will obscure our approach. Hannibal will never see me coming. Sir? Why does it sound like 50,000 Carthaginians are charging down the hill towards us? You mean 50,000 Carthaginians are charging right into my trap?
The trap?
The Romans found themselves completely hemmed in on all
What trap? What trap?
sides. With zero visibility in the fog, the fighting was terrifying and chaotic. Troops were pushed into the lake in their heavy armor, where they were either cut down or drowned. And Flaminius, who likely stood out like a sore thumb in his consul attire, caught the attention of one Celt warrior, with his head possibly swirling with thoughts of how the Romans had decimated his homeland. According to the ancient writers, this Celt took his chance.
Oh. Yo, he did it!
In the 3-hour-long massacre, 15,000 Romans were killed.
Holy shit! Cinema, actually cinema. What? Also, again, look at these numbers, dude. Look at those numbers. Ooh, Jesus. What?
And an equal number captured. An entire army completely wiped out, along with their consul. During the battle, the Roman vanguard had managed to break through at the front and climbed the hill above the fog. When the mist cleared, what they saw was a blood-red lake and a sea of Roman bodies. Worse yet, when the other consuls sent cavalry to try to aid Flaminius's doomed legions, they too were caught and defeated. A double disaster.
Oh.
Rome went into a frenzy. For the second time, Hannibal had completely decimated an entire Roman army. Romans were dying by the tens of thousands. Common citizens began flocking to the city for safety. Women waited by the city gates in tears, hoping to hear news of loved ones. This one man, having just led his battered army across the Alps the previous year, now stood less than 100 miles from Rome. To this point, he had been a problem. Now, Hannibal was a crisis. And in a crisis, Rome took desperate measures. They actually had a system in place when dealing with an emergency of this magnitude. They would forgo their two-consul power-sharing system and instead temporarily give one man near total power and authority to be as decisive as he needed and hopefully salvage the situation. This all-powerful position in Rome's government had a name: dictator. It's actually where we get the word.
Sorry. Dictator? Sorry.
But unlike modern dictators, Roman ones didn't score perfect rounds of golf or ride bears through the Siberian tundra. They held their power for just 6 months before they were required to give it up.
Huh? Okay. Exact term is disputed, but it was a temporary position. Only 6 months? That's like the opposite of today.
And in Rome's hour of need, the man chosen to be dictator in 217 BC, one of the most highly esteemed members of the Roman Senate, Fabius Maximus. So how would Fabius, as dictator, confront Hannibal? Well, Fabius understood that marching all of Rome's young men straight into a one-man meat grinder was bleeding Rome dry. Hannibal was clearly too dangerous to face head-on in battle. However, he was also stuck in their territory, with dwindling manpower and forced to live off the land. It wasn't a sustainable position to be in long term, and he could only remain there.
No, he got the Mr. Beast burger. With a Z, guys, with a Z. Uh-oh, legally distinct Mr. Beast burger. No!
For so long. So, if Rome avoided battle with Hannibal to prevent any more crippling losses, and instead simply maneuvered around him, blocking supplies and taking out smaller contingents where possible, Hannibal would gradually become weaker, while they would gradually become stronger. And so Fabius presented his new idea to the Roman Senate. Okay guys, I have an idea. See if you can follow me here, okay? Instead of fighting Hannibal, when he approaches, we run away.
Oh, what?
Fabius's strategy couldn't have been any less Roman. Romans were meant to march headfirst into battle, not run away from it. It seemed cowardly, and Fabius was extremely unpopular. At this point, Hannibal was continuing south. He had to stay on the move to keep his army fed, and he was still aiming to undermine Rome's alliances in the south. As he went, in a calculated display of aggression, he devastated the Roman countryside and killed many Romans, all in plain sight of Fabius and his army. We're just gonna stand here? Yes. Are you a coward? No. But Fabius, that's my farm. Well, MacDonald, thank you for your sacrifice. You're a hero now. Think of the stories you'll tell. Old MacDonald had a farm.
Yo, you guys, that's the origin. That's the origin of the song.
Shut up. But you know who else?
E-I-E-I-O, Satch. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you.
Hated Fabius's strategy? Hannibal. He understood the danger he was in. turning Rome's allies against her required Hannibal to keep smashing the Romans in battle. He couldn't do that if Fabius wouldn't fight him. Multiple times, Hannibal tried to goad Fabius into a fight, but Fabius wouldn't bite. Failing that, he tried to turn Rome against Fabius. According to the writer Livy, he burned down all the farms he could, but any farm he learned was owned by Fabius himself. He left well alone. Hey, Fabius, why isn't he burning down your farm? You got some sort of a secret deal with him? What? Of course not. Hey, Hannibal!
What?
Burn my farm too, please!
What?
What?
Burn my farm too, please!
No! Remember our secret deal!
Well, you gotta admit, he's a genius. Hannibal's problem, however, was that he had to stay on the move to keep supplying his army from the local lands. At one point, he entered Campania, one of the richest regions of Italy, great for resupplying, and great for showing up Fabius in front of Rome's South Italian allies. But he was caught in a valley, and Fabius quickly moved to block his escapes.
Whoa.
We've got him! After he's used up all the valley's supplies, he'll starve. Sir? What are all those lights leaving the valley? Is he trying to escape? Lights in plain view. Well, that's a trap if I've ever seen one.
And we're falling for it!
Suspecting a trap, Fabius refused to budge. But other Romans in the valley rushed to confront Hannibal, only to find the Carthaginian army was actually just a herd of oxen with torches tied to their heads.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What?
They then found themselves caught in
Fight actually!
an ambush. With the Romans distracted, Hannibal's army was able to slip away into the night unopposed. Classic Hannibal. For all his
Damn, he made it out!
in
What?
action, the dissatisfied Romans mockingly dubbed him Fabius the Delayer. But the thing is, Fabius's strategy was probably the best thing he could have done. He was right that constant encounters with Hannibal were bleeding Rome dry, and
Yeah, 07 oxes though. 07 oxes.
the time he took allowed Rome some breathing room to recover their forces when they desperately needed to, while putting Hannibal into an increasingly more difficult position. Modern historians view Fabius's strategy as generally a good idea. To this day, the act of not engaging an enemy, but instead gradually wearing them down, is still referred to as the Fabian strategy. But when Fabius's term finally came to an end, the Senate couldn't have been happier. It was time to start fighting again. However, they probably had a little chat about how they were going to go about it. See, Hannibal's tactics up until now had been very sneaky. Or, if you're a Roman, you might say dishonorable. I'm sick of it! Every time we try to take this guy down, we march straight at him. But then, oh no, Hannibal's hiding in a bush. Hannibal's got 30,000 men up a tree. At this point, I'm not convinced my wife isn't just Hannibal wearing a disguise.
Oh my god. Wait! They're getting rage baited by him. Master of rage bait. What the heck? What the heck?
Look, this time we obviously have to switch something up. Now granted, we're Roman, so we're gonna march straight at him without thinking. That can't be helped. It's in our blood. But I have a proposition. This time, when we march straight at him, we do it with a massive army. I'm talking like 80,000 men. It won't matter what kind of shenanigans he pulls. He can hide in all the bushes he wants.
Oh.
There's no way he can possibly beat off 80,000 men.
No way, you say. No way, you say.
Grow up! You know what I mean? And so it was.
Also, Hannah Polly, I hope you had what is it? A good that way home, I think? Yeah. I hope you enjoyed Oshi Uplink.
With 2 new consuls, Rome put together
Wait, did that sound weird? Beat off men? beat off 8. Wait, does it sound weird to say that?
You know what I mean? And so it
Wait,
was.
wait, wait.
Once. There's no way he can possibly beat off 80,000 men.
Oh, I see. Yes, very much. I didn't know it had that meaning. Doing well, thanks. Flying home now. Have a safe flight home. Have a safe flight home. Choice of words. Poor choice of words. I didn't know it means that.
Grow up! You know what I mean? And so it was. With 2 new consuls, Rome put together a massive army, the biggest Rome had ever fielded, to put Hannibal away once and for all. To gather the men required, 2/3 of them ended up being completely inexperienced. But how much experience does it take to be expendable war fodder? As this massive army set out in the summer of 216 BC, the Romans knew they needed to win this battle.
Beat up is a euphemism for manual stimulation of the phallus. Thank you for saying it like that. That's a lot of men.
Just one victory
beat
over
off.
Hannibal would likely be enough to end his entire campaign. And this time, their overwhelming manpower gave them confidence they could do it. Hannibal had taken position at the town of Cannae, where he had captured an important Roman supply depot. With Fabius gone, Hannibal knew a battle was likely coming, and he was eager to fight it on his terms. But when his men looked out at the Roman camp, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. That army's huge! There's no way we can possibly beat off all these men. How are we gonna beat off all of these men?
Stop saying that! Stop saying that!
You know what I mean. I think he's right, Hannibal. Hannibal is then said to have replied, Gisco, my friend, don't worry. There may be a lot of them, but amongst their ranks, there's not a single man named Gisco. This joke was apparently so funny that his officers began to laugh and laugh. And when his men in the camp heard the laughter, they were like, hey, they're laughing. I guess that means we're gonna win the battle. Yippee! As for the Romans, the consuls were another pairing between an inexperienced hothead and a wise scholar. Although the main historian from this era was good friends with Paulus's family, so take that with a grain of salt. On his day of command, the rash and hasty Varro, despite the apparent pleas from Paulus, sent the army out for battle. And when Hannibal saw this, he did the same. And here comes the single largest battle of the Second Punic War, and one of the most renowned battles in history, the infamous Battle of Cannae.
Can I don't, should I not? Can I put these? Can I stop right there? Okay.
All the pre-battle maneuvering, Hannibal was able to ensure his army was fighting from the south. This meant the seasonal dust-carrying winds were to his back and blowing directly into the faces of the Romans. Like I said, control. After 2 years in Italy, Hannibal's infantry had dwindled to about 40,000. The Romans possibly outnumbered him 2-1. Their army was so big that their maniples stretched far deeper than they normally would. The Romans planned to charge Hannibal's thin, weak line like a battering ram and break it. They also chose a narrow battlefield in the hopes it would prevent Hannibal's far superior cavalry from being able to outmaneuver them.
2 kilometers is narrow? You guys, I cannot imagine these dimensions. Holy shit.
They wanted an honorable battle where pure strength, rather than trickery, would decide the outcome. If Hannibal had his say, however, trickery might end up having a lot to do with it. He ordered his line to position themselves as an outward bulge.
Yeah, also how many people there are. Yeah, it's like so hard to imagine 100,000 people to me. You know, like I don't know about you guys, but I think I can imagine like 10 people, but or like 30 people. 30 people is like a classroom, right? But more than that is really hard to imagine for me. Right?
With his weakest troops at the very center, just behind them, out of sight from the Romans, stood the elite Libyan infantry, waiting for their moment to strike. The battle commenced as the massive Roman troops smashed into the Carthaginian center. The shape of Hannibal's line ensured the overwhelming weight of the Romans hit his weakest troops first, and they were pushed back. Hannibal's
shit.
outward bulge reversed inward, with the Romans being funneled in towards the weak center.
Yeah, they're beating off the bulge. They're trying to beat off the bulge. I should stop.
Hannibal had positioned himself at the center to encourage the troops to hold out
But that's literally what they're doing. That's literally what they're doing. I'm sorry.
as long as possible against the Roman onslaught, because while the Romans were unleashing carnage on the center, Hannibal's cavalry needed time to do their job. The heavy cavalry on the left, after a barbaric fight, sent the Roman horse packing, with the consul Paulus even sustaining a severe head injury. He managed to move into the center to keep the battle going. Then, the heavy cavalry turned and approached Varro's cavalry from behind.
Whoa.
At the first sight of the coming Carthaginian envelopment, Varro ordered his horsemen to flee the battlefield. The Carthaginians had won the cavalry battle. But back in the center, according to some accounts, Hannibal's line did eventually end up caving to the massive weight of the Romans, and they began to flee. The Romans pushed deeper,
shit.
and organization within the army likely broke down as they became a giant mass, trying to massacre the fleeing Carthaginians. They didn't realize that they were playing right into Hannibal's hands. At that moment, Hannibal's elite units, having done no fighting yet, and therefore fresh as a daisy, turned and smashed into the Roman sides. Many of these troops were wearing Roman helmets and armor they had picked up after previous battles, and the confused Romans may not have even realized they were the enemy.
Is that allowed? I mean, it is war at the end of the day, but is that allowed? That's so evil, right? Yeah.
As Hannibal managed to regain the composure of his center and
I'm just saying. There were no such rules back then, okay? I mean, I guess. How are they going to complain too? I mean, yeah, I guess so. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is a very long time ago, right? So, yeah, no rules back then.
encouraged them back into the fight. The Carthaginian cavalry swooped in from behind. And look at what lies before you. A military general's wet dream.
Damn!
The total encirclement of a much larger force by a much smaller force. The Romans were trapped. Hannibal had unbelievably managed to use their own superiority in numbers against
07.
them. Rather than simply encircling them, he had actually allowed them to use their own immense power and push themselves into an encircled position. This was the genius of Cannae.
Actually, can I? Sorry. Actually crazy. Like, all odds were against him.
And with that, the annihilation began. For hours, the Carthaginians slaughtered the helpless Romans from all sides. The terrified Romans were so tightly packed that at times they couldn't even lift their arms to defend themselves. The killing went on so long that the Carthaginians became exhausted from the non-stop massacre. And by the time the butchery came to an end, the grim toll spoke for itself. To Hannibal's several thousand lost, the Romans suffered 60 to 80,000
Oh my
dead
God!
or captured. Yet another entire army wiped out by Hannibal. Many high-ranking
Oh my
Romans met
God!
their end at Cannae. Paulus, for one, but also 80 senators and more. It's been estimated that 20% of Rome's male population aged 18 to 50 died at Cannae.
Oh my God, 20%! Every fifth!
This was it. Hannibal's vengeance. The stunned Carthaginians, as they searched for their own survivors among the dead, couldn't believe the sight of it. An estimated 30,000 gallons of blood now lay spilled on the battlefield.
I can't, see, I cannot imagine what this is. One, because I don't know what a gallon is, and two, that's too much to imagine. That is too much to imagine. Oh my god. Thank you for the hydrate.
Rome's defeat at Cannae sent shockwaves throughout Italy, just as Hannibal had hoped.
About 3-4 liters. But that doesn't really help. It's too much. It's too much.
Most of southern Italy now defected to his side, including the second largest city on the peninsula. Wow. Hannibal, this is incredible. What could possibly come next? Next? Jim Bob. I've killed 150,000 Romans. I've turned her allies against her. That's it. That's vengeance. So let me tell you what comes next. Rome surrenders.
Oh.
Their territories are reduced. We recover our lost islands. And Carthage dominates the Mediterranean once again. But sir, what if they don't surrender? Jim Bob, did you miss what just happened?
Jim Bob?
Of course they're gonna surrender. Throughout his campaign, Hannibal had shown himself to be very adept at reading the Roman mind. But if he...
Only one of them has like the basic face, you guys.
Hannibal had shown himself to be very adept at reading.
You guys. One of them is not like the others. One of them is fully bald. Oh.
The Roman mind. But if he now thought that Rome might surrender, it was the first time he severely underestimated them. And
Okay, wait. A normal pool has about 20,000 liters, around the size of a swimming pool. 1 gallon. Okay, wait. A person is a little over a gallon of blood. Wait, really? I would have actually expected it to be more. But okay, I see. It was the most unremarkable, I guess. Aww. Just because he's bald, come on.
he was about to discover an extremely inconvenient fact about Rome.
Maybe that's just what he looked like.
Rome never surrenders. At a Roman survivors' camp near Cannae, one young officer overheard some troops discussing how they would flee Rome. Drawing his sword, he threatened to cut down any man that would abandon Rome in its hour of need. That officer was Scipio the Younger. But soon enough, the Romans would come to call him Scipio Africanus, the hero of Rome.
Whoa! Part 3! Oh my god, foreshadowing.
It's made possible by NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get an exclusive deal with 4 extra months. Head over to the merch store to pick up some character pins, calendars, and more. Also, ever needed to enact vengeance on your enemies, but always felt too shy? Well, fear not. Little Hannibal is here. Support our channel by heading over to oversimplified.youtube.com and buying your very own pocket-sized piece of vengeance. Our exclusive Hannibal figure is in limited supply, so get it quick.
Yeah, he's so cute, right? Can I publicly apologize for using snails as fishing bait on Terraria? Apology not accepted. No, it's fine. It's just a game. It's okay. Oh my god! Crazy intro. Boom! Battle of the Trebia. Okay, those were the ones we just saw. Crazy. Oh no.
How How do you solve a problem like Hannibal? In a crisis such as this, the Romans often turn to religion.
What's going on? Are the gods mad at us? The gods must be mad at us! But why? Why? No, why? 2 of the Vestal virgins broke their sacred oath and lost their virginity. That's why
What?
Hannibal's kicking our ass. What should we do with them? Appease the gods! Bury them alive!
Bruh. What the heck? What the heck?
They even boink. It was those guys. Huh? What should we do with them? Beat them to death!
What the fuck?
Needless to say, the Romans were freaking out. Okay, now that that's out of our system, let's go find a real solution. The real solution, first of all, involved raising a new army. Remember, at Cannae, Hannibal had wiped out the biggest army Rome had ever fielded. Possibly 20% of Rome's military-aged men. Rome needed to replace those losses, and fast, before Hannibal arrived at their gates. But where would those replacements come from? Rome had a few ideas.
Quick! Lower the age of conscription! You! Put down those Digimons! You're a soldier now!
Bruh. What?
List all these slaves with the promise of freedom! And equip them with all these religious weapons and armor! Anything we've got! All right, men! You are Rome's last line of defense! Man the walls!
I don't know if that's a good idea. What are they gonna do? Poop their pants?
After the earth-shattering defeat at Cannae, the Romans expected Hannibal to arrive at their gates any day now. In Hannibal's camp, the mood was triumphant.
We did it! We won!
Guys, my cables are annoying. Okay, I hope this is better. If you hear weird sounds, it's probably my cables. I'm sorry.
So when do we march on Rome? Today? I'm free in 10 minutes.
Whoa, slow down. We're not going to Rome.
Oh,
We're staying right here. Are you an idiot, Hannibal? No, I'm smart. We don't need to march on Rome, because after what we did, the Romans are definitely going to surrender. Watch. Hey, Jim Bob. Yes, sir? Go to Rome and discuss peace terms. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm here to discuss peace terms.
Piss off! Told me to piss off! What? They didn't surrender? No! And they were mean!
they were mean.
Hannibal was learning that Rome had an unprecedented attitude towards surrender. Even when Hannibal offered to ransom thousands of prisoners back to Rome, a pretty common practice in ancient warfare, the Romans refused, opting to let their own men be sold into slavery rather than paying a penny to the enemy. It was clear that in order to defeat Rome, you had to annihilate them. If any Roman man was still standing, you hadn't yet won. But still,
Oh my
Hannibal decided not
God.
to march on Rome, and it was a controversial decision. Even one of his own commanders famously told him, "Hannibal, you know how to win a battle, but you do not know how to win a war."
Shots fired. Shots fired.
From Hannibal's perspective, perhaps he knew his army was designed to survive behind enemy lines and sow chaos. It may not have been well equipped to undertake a risky siege of one of the most fortified cities on Earth. Plus, with many of the southern cities defecting to his side after Cannae, Hannibal likely thought things were going pretty well, as is. We'll stay the course. Okay, so the Romans didn't surrender after 3 major defeats. But surely they'll surrender after 4. Unfortunately for Hannibal,
Yeah, just do the same thing again, huh?
however, after Cannae, the Romans well and truly learnt their lesson. Well, would you look at that? Remind me, who was it that said Hannibal was too dangerous to fight? You. And who said we shouldn't fight him directly? You. And who tried to fight him directly? Us. And what happened? We lost 20% of our military-aged men. That's right. So tell me, when Hannibal approaches, what do? We run away. I'm a genius. Clap for me. After Cannae,
They're so sad. They're so defeated.
Fabius Maximus kind of became the unofficial leader of Rome. Even if others were elected consul, his influence was unparalleled, and Rome quickly reverted to the Fabian strategy of avoiding Hannibal. They knew they couldn't defeat him, so instead, they hoped they could at least contain him. They raised an impressively large number of men, partly by enlisting teenagers, slaves, and criminals. And rather than trying to fight Hannibal, they instead turned their attention towards those treacherous southern cities that had switched sides. Thanks for joining the winning team, guys. Here's the deal. All you have to do is provide me some troops and defend your own city, since I'll be too busy to defend it for you. Now, I'm going to briefly turn around, look this way, and when I look back, you better not be being massacred by the Romans.
Oh,
for goodness sake, the
shit.
Romans
Oh no.
spread out their newly formed legions and began attacking the southern cities here, there, everywhere. The southern cities expected to have Hannibal's protection, and Hannibal was inundated with requests for help. He was forced to run around southern Italy, trying to encourage defection while rescuing his own allies. But when he showed up, the Romans would often leave, only to come back the second he went away again. And as these southern cities found themselves being punished severely by the Romans, they began to realize that joining Hannibal may not have been such a good idea.
Hey! You think you're so big? Attacking my allies? Why don't you come out and face me? Because you're scary!
The fickle southern cities frequently switched sides depending on who appeared to be winning, and the whole situation became a nightmare for Hannibal to control, playing a constant game of Roman whack-a-mole to fend off the enemy armies.
Oh, you guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the guy from Toy Story. I don't know what these things are. They look like automatons. And duckies. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to show you. Oh, Power Rangers! Power Rangers! Oh, I'm silly. Sorry. I didn't recognize them. Wait, because I thought... Oh my god. Okay, you know why I think I didn't recognize them? Because it looks like they have little faces. It looks like this is the mouth and then these are the eyes. That's why I thought they looked like automatons. Yeah. Okay. Automatons, but as people. Yeah. Oh, hello, Ozzy. Don't worry. Hello.
Having not long ago seemed near extinction, the Romans had managed to turn the situation around by placing Hannibal in a clever predicament. If he left southern Italy, the southern cities would likely capitulate to Rome, meaning he couldn't leave. And since the Romans wouldn't fight him, he couldn't inflict any more dangerous defeats. For now, Hannibal had been muzzled. Southern Italy had been his prize for his impressive Italian campaign. But those clever Romans found a way to take his prize and turn it into his prison. With the Fabian strategy neutralizing Hannibal for now, the Romans were freed up to refocus their attention to other fronts. This whole time, while we've been discussing Hannibal and the Italian campaign of the Second Punic War, fighting had actually been occurring elsewhere. For example, in 216 BC, the Romans had sent an army north to punish the Celtic tribes that had joined Hannibal. However, as the Romans entered the Latana forest, little did they know those clever Celts had set up a trap. The Celts dropped trees on them, decimating the Romans, and they even took the commander's head to use as a religious sippy cup.
Sippy cup. That's such a cute word for what it is. That's metal, it is. It really is.
So that went pretty bad. Whoa, very bad. But thankfully, in other theaters, things were going a bit better. For example, let's look at Sicily. After Cannae, internal
Oh my god, you guys. Sicily.
chaos in Syracuse caused this longtime Roman ally to switch sides, because being a winner is more fun. The Carthaginians also landed troops, hoping to retake their lost island, while Roman proconsul Claudius Marcellus moved in to besiege Syracuse. The siege was a brutal slug for the Romans, largely due to the presence of one famous scientist and mathematician, Archimedes. He lived in Syracuse at the time, and he invented a variety of clever contraptions to defend the city. There was a giant claw.
1 second, guys. What was that?
He invented a variety of clever contraptions to...
Okay, it hasn't been confirmed. Okay, gotcha. Things to say if I discover something. Wowzers. Fuck yeah. What is that? USA? I don't know that one. Awooga. Awooga. Eureka. Okay. 1 plus yo you guys, he's smart. 1 plus 1 equal 11. Okay. Oh.
to defend the city.
I thought, wait, do I have the emote? No, Awooga is just Booba. I just have wait, no. I thought Awooga was also an emote, but I think it's just what people say when they use the Booba emote. 13,883 divided by 33 is 420. I didn't even realize that.
And he invented a variety of clever contraptions.
Oh my god, my math is not good enough for this. Thank you. I didn't know.
To defend the city. There was a giant claw that could grab and destroy Roman ships, and purportedly even a big mirror that could magically ignite them. The Carthaginian forces on the island attempted to come to Syracuse's rescue, but luckily for the Romans, they all got diarrhea.
Oh shit. Good thing I have Chad to do math for me.
They died. Finally, in the city itself, the day of a big annual religious festival came, and the Syracusans said, "Well, fellas, we've been holding off the Romans for over a year now. I think we've earned ourselves a little party."
Yay!
Sir,
Party!
we're still under a massive siege. Are
Oh.
you sure? They'll probably take advantage of it. Well, Carl, I'm taking advantage of the open bar. Sir, they've got battering rams. Well, Carl, I'm ramming these hors d'oeuvres in
Oh, come on. You can't be that naive. Come on.
to my mouth. Sir, they'll tear down our walls. Well, Carl, I'm tearing it up on the dance floor. Sir, they're literally at the gates. Well, Carl, I'm literally at the cheese platter.
Bruh.
Marcellus took advantage of the drunken festivities, stormed the city, and plundering ensued. In the chaos, Marcellus ordered Archimedes be captured alive. Some sources say Roman troops entered Archimedes' home, and they
Wait, I saw
captured
another one.
alive. Some sources
Is that me equals cutie pie? I see. Huh?
say Roman troops entered Archimedes' home, and they were like, "Hey man, are you the math guy? Go away. I'm drawing circles. Look, I just need to know if you're the nerd. Come on, bro, get out of here. You're messing up my circles." Now is not a good time to draw circles. It's always a good time for circles. I love circles. Either stop drawing the circles or I kill you. I choose the circles. Despite not securing Archimedes, by 210 BC,
Oh,
the Romans
shit.
did secure
07.
Sicily and also put down a Carthage-supported
07 Archimedes. It was nice. It was nice to have you teach us the wisdom of Sue and cutie pie.
rebellion on nearby Sardinia. 2 Roman successes, and there were more to come. After Cannae, King Philip V of Macedon saw an opportunity. He was concerned with recent Roman expansion into Illyria, and so, when he saw Hannibal annihilating the Romans in Italy, he said,
Oh my gosh! Hey! Hey, Hannibal! Oh my gosh! You're so cool! Let's form an alliance and annihilate the Romans together!
"Sure."
Yes!
He's a big fan.
Hannibal hoped to secure Philip's help in fighting Rome, but a Roman army was sent to the region, stirred up Philip's other Greek opponents, and essentially kept Philip bogged down in Greece for the entire duration of the war. Another kind of Roman success. But the main front Rome was hoping to push Carthage back in was Spain. The riches of Spain made it one of Carthage's most valuable possessions, and the Romans were eager to weaken it. Remember way back at the start of the war, the consul Scipio was supposed to go to Spain, but ended up rushing back to Italy when he realized Hannibal was crossing the Alps. He then faced Hannibal at Ticinus and had to be rescued by his son. Well, after he recovered from his wounds, he proceeded with the original plan and joined his brother in Spain. There, the two Scipio brothers fought a
Oh my god, I'm getting distracted by the sound effects again. There was a laugh earlier or something. Yahoo!
successful campaign against Hannibal's brother, Hasdrubal. Over the next few years, they won a number of key victories, even taking Saguntum, the city that had kick-started this entire war.
I thought you made that noise. Is that what I sound like? Yahoo! Maybe I'm not that bad at impressions. Some impressions I can do. Some I can't. Like, I'm Batman. Sorry. Sorry, I wasn't super into it, but I'm Batman. I tried, chat. I tried. It's just not my... it's too far away from my own voice. Yippee! Yeah, at least I have that. You're like the Lego Batman. You know what? I'll take that.
Yet more Roman success. A trend appeared to be emerging.
Yeah, I'm good at the Coca-Cola kid. The Cola kid. Should I do it right now? In the middle of the reaction? Sure, why not? Mein Gott, Leute! Meine Mama hat mir einfach erlaubt, dass ich Cola trinken darf. Wie cool ist das bitte? Jetzt zock ich Fortnite und trink Cola. Yippie! There you go. I tried to sound more like the kid. Yeah. It was you all along. Maybe that was me. Yeah, I'm German.
Whenever the Romans fought anyone other than Hannibal,
The angry German kid? That's a bit harder. Wait, that's a bit harder. I don't think I can do that one so good, especially right now. I'm sorry, it's too late. I don't want to do the German kid, the angry German kid now. Maybe another time.
appeared to be emerging. Whenever the Romans fought anyone other than Hannibal, they usually came out on top. Perhaps these other fronts would be the key to Rome taking back control of this war. Perhaps it was time for Rome to return to their old ways of being the aggressive go-getters. And perhaps it would help if Rome had a Hannibal of their own.
Oh?
Scipio, the younger, was the son of Publius Scipio, currently fighting in Spain. This made him a
Okay, I was wondering why Scipio sounds so familiar. It sounds like Doppio from JoJo.
member of one of Rome's most prestigious families. Not much is known of his childhood, although there is one story of how he was getting hot and heavy with a young lady, only to have his dad barge in and drag him out wearing nothing but a cloak. This story was written by a Roman poet to make Scipio look bad, but by modern standards has ended up making him look pretty rad. My guess is if Rome had a high school football team, Scipio would be the quarterback. Scipio was only 18 when the Second Punic War broke out. He was at the Battle of Ticinus, where he famously rescued his father, and he was one of the survivors of the Battle of Cannae, after which he threatened to cut down any man who dared abandon Rome. He was a natural leader, and up to his ears in spunk, and therefore he...
American English? What does it mean?
He was a natural leader, and up to his ears in spunk.
Americans, can you help out? What does it mean? In spunk? Up to his ears? What? Oh, okay. In British, it's okay. In British, it's quote unquote milk. I see. But what is it in American, you guys? What is it in American English? Spunk in American is courage. Okay, thank you. How is it the same word and then it has such a different meaning in American and British English? What the heck, you guys? What the heck? How did that happen?
And therefore, he rose through the Roman ranks,
Oh my
shockingly fast.
god.
We need a new military tribune, but Hannibal has killed so many men, we're running out of options.
Put me in, coach.
Scipio, you're only 20. You can't be a tribune.
Come on, coach. Put me in.
Well, you do have a lot of spunk. All right.
Stop saying spunk. Oh my god. Wait. Oh no. So the glass they put him in? Oh no.
You're hired. We need to elect a new Edile. Who do we have left?
Put me in, coach.
Scipio, you don't meet the minimum age requirement.
I got this, coach.
I got this. Well, okay
Damn.
then. You're in. Ugh, my room's a mess. I gotta cook dinner. Oh, and would you look at that? My fly's down.
Oh look, why did Oversimplified use my room as a background reference?
Life sucks.
Oh.
Put me in, coach.
Scipio, please, do this. Come over, clean my room, please.
Wow, you're so spunky.
When Scipio was 20,
Spunky? What does it mean? Wait, okay, you know what? No, I'm not gonna ask.
Wow, you're so spunky.
when Scipio was 25, however, he received some bad news. His father and uncle in Spain had both been defeated in battle, and shockingly,
No.
both of them were killed. The news must have been devastating for the young Scipio, but it was also devastating for Rome, as almost all of their Spanish gains were wiped away. Okay, listen up! We need someone to go and replace the Scipios in Spain. So, who's up for it? Come on, who's gonna go? Fabius, Spain seems unwinnable. There's no glory to be had there. Yeah, the glory is here, defending the homeland from Hannibal. Well, somebody has to go. I said, well, somebody has to go. Put me in, Scipio was
course.
eager to be the one to go and replace his father and uncle in Spain. However, there was concern amongst the older senators. You're only 26. You can't lead a military campaign. He's right. That's a good point. And you're 71. You can't stand up without a little urine dribbling down your leg. Scipio didn't.
God. Ooh, crazy. Shots fired, right?
The typical requirements for the position, but as the only person willing to go, this young piece of hot Roman meat was unanimously elected proconsul and sent to lead the Roman armies in Spain. He hoped to carry out a campaign as impressive as Hannibal's had been in Italy.
Wait, you guys are right. 71 at this time? Wow, that's pretty old.
In fact, Scipio rather admired the one-eyed general.
Oh.
It's also speculated that he got the position because he was the last adult male in his family by that point, and him dying in battle would make for a big power vacuum other families could take advantage of.
Oh, okay, I see. Thank you for 100 bits, thank you. Ah. If you got past 20, you could get up to 70. The thing was getting past childhood. Really?
Scipio, you've got a Hannibal poster in your room. Yes, but he's the enemy. I'll let you in on a secret, Billy. You know how we're gonna win this war? By marching straight at the enemy? No, that's the old way. We've gotta be less Roman and a little more Hannibal. Hey, by the way, don't just barge into my room. That's an infringement of my privacy. Privacy, you say? Well, Scipio, if it's privacy you want, then you, my friend, need NordVPN.
Of Of course. Of course. Good night, Tuk Tuk. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. People could reach that age. The whole people died at 40 thing is a misconception caused by infant mortality, pushing the average life expectancy down. Okay, I've heard that. I still feel like 71 is pretty old, though, for the time. I don't know. Yeah. Rome surprisingly had very old generals for the time. Yeah, 71 is pretty good.
Don't touch me. How would you...
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I expected the last one, but I didn't expect this one. Come on.
like to be innocently downloading inspirational photos of Nicolas Cage, only to realize it's malware stealing your data and telling all your friends you still sleep between your parents because of scowy dweems. Yeah, didn't think so. And that's why you need NordVPN. With a single click, NordVPN connects you to secure servers around the world, keeping you safe from malware and other online threats. Their Threat Protection Pro features go the extra mile in preventing your data being stolen by scanning your downloads for malware, blocking malicious websites, and even detecting fake online shops. DolceandBanana.com? I don't think so. But that's not all. With
I think I've seen that before, like on a fake bag or something. I don't remember what Dolce and Banana sells, but I think I saw that before.
VPN, you're not just protected. You can also unlock better deals in other regions and access content that isn't available in your country. So get protected today
talking about
by
me, guys.
heading to nordvpn.com/oversimplified and grab an exclusive deal with 4 extra months for free. That's nordvpn.com/oversimplified. And as always, you'll be supporting my channel. So thank you. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Hannibal contained a young piece of hot Roman meat sent to lead the Roman armies in Spain. Scipio was charismatic, extremely confident, bold, and probably most importantly of all, he thought differently from other Roman generals. So Skippy, what's the plan? Don't call me that. We're Roman, so same thing as usual, right? We march straight at the enemy, right? Get this, Billy. No, we don't. Skippy.
What? What? Not doing the same thing again?
It was a real outside-the-box thinker. There were 3 main Carthaginian armies in Spain, 2 led by Hannibal's brothers, Hasdrubal and Mago, and another led by Hasdrubal Gisco. Most Roman generals might have looked at these armies and said, I just gotta, march straight at these guys and kick their ass and stuff. But not Scipio. At a time when many believed winning battles won wars, one of Scipio's greatest strengths was an ability to see the overall strategy behind his actions. He knew that Spain was the closest thing Hannibal had to a base of support. With its mass resources and manpower, it's where Hannibal likely hoped to get supplies and reinforcements from. Spain's base of support was the city of New Carthage, the most fortified city on the peninsula, perfectly positioned to communicate with and receive supplies from Africa.
Oh yeah, I saw someone in the chat earlier say that it got the name, right?
And so, if Scipio managed to take New Carthage, he could take Spain. And if he took Spain, then maybe Hannibal would fall. To Scipio, Spain wasn't just some sideshow. It was the main show, and it all rested on New Carthage. But a surprise attack on Carthage's capital city in Spain,
Oh, thank you for
it was a ridiculous idea. Even if you pull off the 7-day forced march past the Carthaginian armies to New Carthage.
Okay, today is called Cartagena. Okay.
Once you get there, you'd only have a couple weeks to take the city before the Carthaginians arrived to kick your ass. Sieges of cities that fortified usually took months, if not years. So, Scipio, how are you going to pull this off? Well, first of all, to make sure the surprise plan stayed hidden, Scipio kept it a total secret, even from his own men.
This is not a good place to hold it, I'm just saying.
Where are we going, Skippy? I'm not telling you. Is it Disneyland?
It's Veru gifted a tier 1 sub to
you!
Jazar_. This
Thank you,
is their
Veru.
first gift sub in the channel.
Thank you, Veru, for gifting us up to Jazar. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And I'm not telling you.
I think that means we're going to Disneyland.
This secrecy kept the Carthaginians from preemptively reinforcing the city. As a result, New Carthage
got so
was left
hyped.
under garrisoned because the Carthaginians believed it to be kind of naturally impenetrable. It was surrounded on 3 sides by a lagoon and only accessible via a narrow isthmus. What's an isthmus, you ask? Maybe read a book.
Oh, I don't know what an isthmus is.
All right, Scipio, you made it to New Carthage. Now the other Carthaginian armies are only a 10 days march from coming and kicking your ass.
I guess I gotta read a book, huh? Meb, when are we going to Disneyland? We can go tomorrow. Yeah, we can go tomorrow. A land bridge. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just what were you thinking? Well, Scipio had learned something crucial. Every afternoon, the tides made the lagoon around New Carthage briefly shallow enough to cross. So, he ordered a large diversionary attack on the main city gates, distracting the city's defenders. Then, a small infiltration force traversed the lagoon, climbed the unguarded northern walls, and entered the city. They ambushed the guards and opened the city gates to the rest of Scipio's army. And just like that, New Carthage had fallen. In
Oh shit. Oh shit. Lagoon, is that you guys? Lagoon?
single day, Scipio had taken Carthage's capital city in Spain, and he made it look easy. With it, he seized much of Carthage's war supplies, several silver mines near the city, and various powerful Iberian tribes even joined his side. And now he was in a
Damn.
great position to take on the other Carthaginian armies in Spain. Wow, Skippy, you're amazing. Don't call me that.
Wait, Skippy is so cute. Skippy.
How'd you know the lagoon would get shallow? It's almost like you speak to the gods. No. I told him. All the local farmers know about the
Yes!
Oh,
that's
shit.
it! I speak to the gods!
Way.
Scipio had no problem allowing his men to think he was divinely inspired. Roman writers also tell us another of Scipio's traits. He was apparently quite merciful in victory and often protected the inhabitants of captured cities.
Wait, you're right. That's the name of like a peanut butter, of like a peanut butter brand, right? Oh my god! Oh my god! Mippy, Skippy, Mippio? Who's Mippio, guys? Hello, Custard! Good morning, good morning.
Spencer! What are you doing? Well, I was just about to murder this family. Hey, bad Spencer! No! Can I at least kill the dad? No! What about the... No! Oh, you're mean! The Carthaginian generals in the region must have been shocked at the loss of their capital city.
No, me too. I prefer the smooth peanut butter.
There was now a Terminator in Spain, and he was coming. In 208 BC, he made a move on Hasdrubal, hoping to defeat him before the other Carthaginian armies could come and link up. When Hasdrubal heard Scipio was coming, he said,
Oh.
Hasdrubal did the sensible thing and climbed a big hill for safety. Hey! Get down here! I want to kill you.
Fat chance, Vin Diesel!
Well, he doesn't have to be rude. So what's the plan then, Scipio? This time, we march straight up and at him. Right? Right, Scipio? Billy? No. Scipio once again displayed a distinctly not Roman approach to fighting, when instead of marching straight up and at him, Scipio feigned a frontal skirmish, only to pull off a surprise uphill envelopment. Not an easy thing to do, but Scipio had trained his army to pull off maneuvers that typical Roman armies couldn't. After the battle, the defeated Hasdrubal fled Spain, hoping to link up with his brother Hannibal in Italy. And Hannibal desperately needed the help. As Scipio was dominating in Spain, Hannibal's struggles in southern Italy continued. He was convinced that if he just received ample supplies and reinforcements, he could reverse his fortunes and get back to kicking Rome's ass. But for the remainder of the war, he would suffer a frustrating lack of support from the Carthaginian Senate. After Cannae, Hannibal had sent his brother Mago to Carthage, where he famously poured out golden rings taken from fallen Roman knights. He told the Senate that with reinforcements, Hannibal could finish the job. But a growing faction in the Senate, possibly jealous of Hannibal's rising influence, opposed sending any help. In the end, a large number of the reinforcements gathered for Hannibal now ended up being diverted.
It's just gold. I mean, I guess it's any type of ring, right? Anything they had, huh?
And a large number of the reinforcements gathered for Hannibal now ended up being diverted to stop Scipio in Spain. Just as he had hoped, Scipio's campaign in Spain was actively harming Hannibal in Italy. However, those reinforcements meant that when Scipio made a move on the remaining Carthaginian armies in Spain, they now likely outnumbered him. With the odds heavily stacked against him, it would take some serious skill to win this battle. This time we're gonna march straight at them, right? No, Billy!
Billy,
The
stop,
preceding
Billy.
Battle of Alipa is often considered Scipio's masterpiece because it was positively oozing with deception and trickery. First, both sides spent several days forming up and facing off without actually fighting. On each day,
Oh, shit.
Scipio placed his strongest Roman legions in the center with his weaker Iberian allies on the sides. Seeing this, the Carthaginians were like, "This guy's an idiot. We've seen his plan. His strongest troops are going to be in the center. So let's form all of our battle plans based on this information. I'm sure he won't change anything at the last minute." Then, when the day of battle came, Scipio woke up the Carthaginians with an early morning attack, causing them to rush out of camp without breakfast.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at the peanut butter poll the entire time. Creamy won by a few votes. I didn't expect it to be this like divided. I would have expected more creamy votes to be honest. Yeah. But okay, interesting to see that it's like very it's kind of 50-50, right? Creamy didn't like win like that for a head. So that's interesting.
Carthaginians with an early morning attack, causing them to rush out of camp without breakfast.
Yeah, he's doing pretty much what Hannibal did. But it's smart, I guess. It's working, right?
When the Carthaginians lined up with their strongest troops in the center to meet Scipio's, they were stunned to find that Scipio had completely reversed his order. The weaker Carthaginian sides now found Scipio's strongest bearing down on them. Then, in an extremely impressive maneuver, the well-trained Roman wings even stretched out during their approach, hitting the Carthaginians from the sides. The Carthaginian center.
Oh, 7 elephants. Oh, 7 elephants once again. Poor elephants. They're like... Oh.
Could have turned to help, but Scipio had ordered his center to approach so slowly that Carthage's center could do nothing but just stand and wait.
Yeah,
In this
actually,
way,
Uno
the outnumbered
reverse,
Scipio
actually.
had cleverly controlled events so that the bulk of the strongest Carthaginian troops couldn't even fight during the battle. He had completely removed them from the equation. The incredible Scipio had inflicted a monumental defeat on a much larger enemy force.
Oh! Actually, Uno reverse card, right? That's insane. Oh my god. Actually, like pulling the flip.
Battle of Alipa was the final nail in the coffin for Carthaginian Spain. Yet more tribespeople continued to side with the Romans, and the remaining Carthaginians retreated to the coast and eventually fled the peninsula. And would you look at that? In just a few years, the incredible young Scipio had turned Spain completely red. The Carthaginians must have been stunned. His Spanish campaign had almost been as impressive as Hannibal's campaign in Italy. In fact, see if any of this sounds familiar. In Spain, Scipio had used the environment of the battlefield to his advantage. He staged ambushes by concealed troops. He treated local tribespeople well, earning their friendship. He even once forced his enemy to come out and fight him without breakfast. Each and every one of these
Without
tactics
breakfast?
were possibly
What the
borrowed
heck?
from a certain one-eyed general. In all the battles Scipio had fought against Hannibal, it seemed he may have been taking notes.
Hey! Scipio!
What?
Stop stealing my tactics!
I'm 700 miles away. I can't hear you.
What did you say?
What?
What?
Better yet,
What?
Scipio's achievement in taking
Huh?
a well-fortified city, plus his understanding of the overall strategy, has led some historians to argue he wasn't just as good as Hannibal. Scipio may actually have been better. This young man, who many in Rome had doubted, had just shut those silly billies right the
Silly Billy. But is it a bad thing to be a silly Billy? Is it a bad thing to be a silly Billy?
flip up. Mere years ago, it looked like Rome had no chance of even surviving this war.
Wait, Billy is a baby gourmet, really? I thought it was just a name. I thought it was just because Silly Billy rhymes.
But now, the momentum of war was shifting astonishingly fast.
If being a silly Billy is wrong, then I don't want to be right. No, you're correct. You're correct. You're right with that. You're right.
But now, the momentum of war was shifting astonishingly fast. And for Hannibal in Italy, things continued to head south. Before Scipio had even gone to Spain, the Romans had placed Capua, Hannibal's largest city in Italy, under a dangerous siege. And in order to rescue it, Hannibal needed to take drastic action. Fast.
Man, everything's falling apart.
Fine, I'll do it!
Do what?
Yeah, you've convinced me. I'll march on Rome.
Oh.
Hannibal, that conversation was 5 years ago.
All right, I forgot about time in this. Sometimes I feel like this is like very continuous, you know? Everything happens in like 1 year, but yeah, it's been a few years. It's been a few years.
Too late. No one's trying to convince you to march on Rome.
I said I'll do it! Quit nagging me!
Hannibal finally marched on Rome, hoping it might draw the Romans away from Capua. The Romans saw Hannibal approaching their city, and they freaked the hell out. Hannibal is said to have closely approached the city walls, inspecting the defenses, as the Romans inside quivered in their togas. However, Hannibal probably knew he had no chance of taking the city. The whole thing was a feint, and Hannibal soon left. The Romans famously coined the phrase, Hannibal is at the gates, to describe a moment of crisis or severe desperation. But for accuracy's sake, the phrase should probably be, Hannibal is at the gates. But don't worry, it's just a feint to draw the Romans away from Capua. And it didn't even work, because the Romans stayed at Capua, and the Capuans misunderstood and thought Hannibal had abandoned them. And so, they surrendered the city. But apparently that's not as catchy. Despite a few successes, including an ambush in 208 BC, where Hannibal managed to kill both consuls in one go, Hannibal was slowly but steadily losing his grip on southern Italy. Even Hasdrubal, who had fled Spain to join Hannibal, never reached his brother. He made his own dramatic crossing of the Alps, just as Hannibal had done. But unlike Hannibal, the second Hasdrubal arrived in Italy, he was immediately pulverized. The Romans then took his head and threw it over the walls into his brother's camp. Hannibal was becoming extremely isolated. After his impressive conquest of Spain,
07. It's so over, you guys. Are we coming back from this? I mean, I'm not really on any side. But ooh, yeah, he still did crazy stuff. He still did insane stuff.
Scipio returned to Rome a hero. And when the election came for next year's consuls, despite not meeting the typical requirements, Scipio won in a landslide. But the question now was, what would he do next? All right, what's your plan then, Scipio? You're gonna go fight Hannibal now, right? Get this, Fabius.
Yeah, it's over. It's so over for the Hannibals.
No. Scipio's plan remained the same as before. Don't attack the monster directly. Attack his base of support, which now happened to be Carthage itself. That's right, Scipio would invade Africa. However, Scipio understood that any invasion of Africa would stand a much better chance if he could secure an alliance with one of the African tribes.
Throughout the war, Carthage's far superior Numidian cavalry, which came from this part of Africa, had played a critical role in winning battles. Numidia was divided between two rival kings. In the east, the king Syphax had sympathized with Rome for much of the war, and so at some point, Scipio visited Syphax to ratify a treaty. It just so happened, however, that the Carthaginian general Hasdrubal Gisco, whom Scipio had fought in Spain, also arrived at the exact same time.
I'm sorry, but the sound effects are so cute. Hey.
And so Syphax invited both Scipio and Gisco for a meal. The two men fought for Syphax's alliance, and by Roman accounts, Scipio was positively charming. Come on, Syphax, stick with us Romans. We'll build a naked statue of you. Very enticing. If you join our side, Syphax, we'll give you a 2% discount on figs. You like figs, don't you? Not really. Hey, Syphax, check this out.
Yay!
Hey, Syphax, check this out.
Oh.
Did he just defecate? I believe.
Dude, this is what I think is gonna happen when I do anything in front of a crowd. Come on. You can't do this to me, Oversimplified. Come on.
Well, Scipio, you clearly are the most charming man in the Mediterranean. My alliance is... Syphax, I'll let you marry my extremely hot daughter.
Bruh.
Hamina. Unable to compete with Syphax's libido, Scipio instead made contact with...
Guys. Is she hot? I think she is. Damn it! Damn it!
Hamina. Unable to compete with Syphax's libido, Scipio instead made contact with Syphax's rival, the other Numidian king, Massinissa, who was a longtime ally of Carthage. Scipio told Massinissa, if you join the Romans, I'll help you defeat Syphax and become the ultimate Numidian king. And so Massinissa was now on Team Rome. Good job, Scipio. With a Numidian alliance solidified.
They became friends, you guys. Once again, if I see the word friends, I have like a reflex of, you know, saying yay, but I think it's not that bad today.
Scipio prepared for his invasion of Africa.
They are
He raised a
friends.
volunteer force that included many of the disgraced survivors from Cannae, and he set sail. Well, Terry, any news from Italy? Has Hannibal won the war yet?
Who on earth?
Here's Skippy!
Oh, why does he look so scary? I did not recognize him at first, but also who else would it be? Oh no! Oh no!
Landing sent a clear message to the Carthaginians. You don't invade us. No. We invade you. For the first time in the war, the Carthaginian homeland was under threat, and the Carthaginians needed to defeat Scipio at all costs. They gathered a huge army led by Hasdrubal Gisco with allied Numidians led by Syphax, and they ordered them to get Scipio the hell off their continent. Sources say at this point, Scipio was severely outnumbered.
Scipio? That army's huge. There's no way we can beat off all these men. How are we gonna beat off all these men? Vigorously.
You're gonna what? You're gonna... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Vigorously? Oh. Okay.
And while maintaining eye contact.
He's really into it, huh? He's really into it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Always, Scipio had a plan to deal...
Actually freaky. Actually. Oh my god.
And while maintaining eye contact.
Whoa.
As always, Scipio had a plan to deal with the larger enemy force. It just so happened that Syphax was offering to try and broker peace between the Romans and the Carthaginians. And Scipio smelled an opportunity. He sent a Roman envoy to Syphax's camp. And when they got there, Syphax was like, hey guys, welcome to the enemy camp.
Wait, have their heads always been like this? I just noticed they look like they have antenna, kinda. Kinda cute.
Just before we begin negotiations, a small safety demonstration. As you can see, our huts are made of grass and reeds. Very flammable. If there was even a single spark, this whole place would become a raging inferno, and all my men would burn alive.
Uh-oh.
Very interesting. The Roman troops then reported back to Scipio about the Numidian camp, its construction, and most importantly, its flammability. Then, the following night, as the sun was setting over the beautiful African plains, and the Carthaginians got all comfy in their beds, they began to gently dream of Carthaginian figs and child
Eat for
sacrifice.
time, you guys.
Good night, Carthaginians.
Eat for
Good night, Syphax
time.
and Gisco. Good
Feng
evening,
shui.
Scipio. In the
Uh-oh.
night, shadowy Roman figures approached the Numidian camp. As the Numidians lay in their beds, Scipio executed his plan.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The camp erupted into flames with the flammable wooden huts.
It's arson time. No! Imagine waking up to that. No!
Fires spread
Evil.
terrifyingly fast.
Actually
Men were
evil.
burned in their beds. Those who awoke in a panic, believing the fire to have been some kind of terrible accident, rushed to the exits without their weapons and armor. Those who saw the fire from the Carthaginian camp also rushed out unarmed. And when they got there he was, Scipio, the Romans, and their steel.
Bro! It's so Jover.
The terrified Carthaginians were massacred, and with heavy casualties, Hasdrubal and Syphax fled the scene of the disaster.
Okay, I didn't say this earlier, but also Syphax. Syphax sounds like a name of like a Minecraft YouTuber. If you get me. I don't have any like particular Minecraft YouTuber in mind, but the name just sounds, cause they always have X at the end of their name. You know what I mean? So yeah, Syphax. If anyone is looking to start a Minecraft YouTube channel, this one would be like a good name, I think.
Scipio followed this incredible success with another victory against the pair at the
It's not a bad thing. It just really sounds like that.
Battle of the Great Plains. After that, Massinissa chased his rival Syphax into his kingdom, where Syphax was captured. Massinissa was now the ultimate Numidian king. He entered Syphax's capital city. He seized Syphax's palace. He even married Syphax's wife.
Damn!
And when Scipio got mad at him for marrying a Carthaginian girl, he then poisoned his wife.
Messed up! What the heck?
Boys will be boys.
What?
Having defeated the Carthaginian armies in Africa, almost nothing now stood between Scipio and Carthage. And the Carthaginians were freaking out. What do we do? What do we do? There's only one thing left to do. Recall him.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
Hannibal, you've been here in Italy for 16 years. This is practically your home. You're basically Italian. Yes, Gerald, and I've had such a lovely time. I ate spaghetti, did this with my hands. I've committed my whole life to this campaign, and once Rome has fallen,
I'm sorry, but that was messed up. Come on, there's more to Italy than spaghetti and doing things with your hands. I like the Italian hands a lot. Like what? There's pizza and Italy is a really pretty country, okay, guys?
it'll all have been worth it.
Hannibal, you have to return to Carthage. Your Italian campaign has been for nothing. Your whole life has been a waste. No!
Imagine being Hannibal in this moment. You left Carthage when you were 9. You probably barely even recognize your own homeland. The kingdom he had built in Spain with his father gone. And now his Italian
It's
campaign,
over.
his vengeance. Was it really all for nothing?
What's worse, losing everything or never winning? Like, you know, losing everything you want or never winning at all. I feel like never winning at all is worse. No, it's better. It's better. I mean, he tried, but still, you know, he tried very, very hard, and he was so close to succeeding. Like, I feel like it's, you know, it would make me sadder if I had everything and I was like on such a good path, but then I suddenly lose everything. Well, not suddenly, but you know, at least he immortalized himself. That's true. That's true. Stubbing your toe on the draw is reverse. Okay, I see. Is it better to get robbed 20 euro you've just found on the ground or not finding it in the first place? Yeah. Well, it's not just 30 euro you found on the ground. He actually, you know, he like worked hard, right? But yeah. I would rather not have it in the first place, definitely.
But that was that. Carthage was under threat, and Hannibal had to protect his home city. As he left Italy, in Rome, there was celebration, but also some trepidation. Now, Scipio would have to face Hannibal in Africa, where Hannibal would have home advantage. While Hannibal was on his way, the Carthaginians stalled for time and approached Scipio for peace talks. Hey, look, we never meant to start an all-out 2-decade-long war, but you did. No, that was Hannibal. He's to blame for all of this. Well, all right then. Sign this peace treaty. Okay. Let me just get my signature right on there.
He's here. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look who's here, you bald prick. You're so dead now, Skippy. Don't call me that!
After
Don't call him Skippy, guys. Oh my god. Crazy successful rage bait.
Carthage proposed peace, only to then go back on it. The normally merciful Scipio was enraged. He began refusing to accept town surrender, and instead began burning everything to the ground, selling everyone into slavery. Hannibal, he's burning our towns. Go stop him. Guys, he's obviously trying to lure me out there to fight on those flat plains, where his Numidian cavalry will give him the advantage. It's a trick. Well, it's working. Go and fight him. It's obviously a trap, and we're falling for it. Go and fight him. Hannibal set out to meet Scipio in the western plains. And here came Scipio's final test. Finally, the teacher would face the student. The two greatest generals of all time in one last decisive battle. Would Hannibal's genius
Running theme,
still shine through?
Oh,
or
thank
would
you for the
Scipio
stats
prove
4
that
minutes
he
ago. Oh my
had
god.
surpassed the master? Before battle, the two great generals rode out from their camps and met in person for the first time. Hannibal, I'm a huge fan. I thought you'd have more hair, and I thought you'd have more eyes. Touché. They then had a conversation, which I'll paraphrase. Hannibal said,
That's messed up.
at the start of this war, I had great fortune in Italy. But look at me now, a sad old man who, like other sad old men, failed to conquer Rome. Your fortune can change rapidly, Scipio. You should consider negotiating a peace rather than risking it all in one last fight against me. Very eloquently put. Scipio then replied,
Q! Negotiate? Negotiate what?
Negotiate these. Yeah, Doom Jowie,
Took
actually.
Spain. I'm about to burn your pathetic city to the ground. What could you offer me in negotiations? I already have it all. Ah!
Seriously though, Hannibal, I am such a big fan. And so, it was...
I was gonna say, he's so easy to rage bait. Yeah, he's about to beat him off, you guys. He's gonna beat him off.
settled. The two great generals would face off one last time in the epic Battle of Zama. Scipio gave his men, consisting of many survivors from Cannae, a pre-battle speech, telling them not only would they gain redemption, but they could become masters of the world. Hannibal told his men,
a master of the world? That's a pretty big title.
probably nothing, because most of them didn't even speak the same language. As the two armies lined up for battle, something interesting became clear. Hannibal had more infantry and hoped to use them to brute strength the Romans. But Scipio had the nimble Numidian cavalry and hoped to pull off an envelopment. It was a complete role reversal of Cannae. As the battle began, Hannibal made his first move. He sent his 80 war elephants to smash through and weaken the Roman infantry. Scipio had the perfect response. He had altered his formation to create passages between the Roman maniples. His light troops stepped aside at the right moment, revealing the gaps ahead of the charging elephants. Elephants, if given the choice between a suicide charge into spears or a nice clean escape, will probably choose the escape. And that's what happened.
Useless. Wait, okay. Okay,
Some
I
elephants
see.
were so frightened from the noise that they even turned and smashed back into the Carthaginian cavalry, which the...
Bro, are you serious? Once again, elephants are too smart to be useful to humans. Honestly, good for them. Yeah.
Roman cavalry then engaged. Your move, Hannibal. Hannibal wasn't an idiot. He knew that he was fighting superior Numidian cavalry on open plains. So when his weaker cavalry ended up being routed from the battlefield, he probably wasn't surprised and hoped the Roman cavalry would be lured as far from the battlefield as possible because his infantry needed time to do a clever little job. Hannibal had the numerical advantage, and he had positioned his army in 3 lines. The weaker troops were at the front, while his best men, the army that had been with him in Italy, were in the rear. As the Romans smashed into the weaker front lines, they managed to cut through them, but suffered losses and exhaustion in doing so.
Oh, shit.
The same with Hannibal's second line, so that by the time the Romans reached Hannibal's superior third line, the two sides may have now been about equal in number. But the exhausted Romans had just fought an entire battle to get there, while the remaining Carthaginians were fresh and ready to go. Hannibal was still a genius. And this is where the final race began. Could Hannibal's stronger infantry finish off the Romans before the Roman cavalry returned from their pursuit? Who would be quicker, the Carthaginian infantry or the Roman cavalry? The answer: the cavalry. They had called off their pursuit just in time to turn around and hit Hannibal from the rear. And that was the deciding move. As the sandwiched Carthaginians were hacked to pieces, Hannibal knew he had lost, and he escaped the battlefield. It was a battle that some historians say was well fought on both sides.
He fled.
Both showed their genius, but fortune fell in the favor of Scipio. With just a few thousand Roman casualties compared to 40,000 Carthaginians, Scipio had won. Hannibal advised the Carthaginian Senate.
Skippy! He's still calling him Skippy though, I'm just saying. Yeah, actually Uno reverse. Crazy!
That it was time to surrender. 17 years of war, finally over. The terms Rome placed on Carthage were harsh. They lost territory and were prohibited from starting any more wars with anyone without Rome's explicit permission. Carthage basically became a weak Roman client state. And what of these two military geniuses? Well, Scipio returned to Rome triumphant. For his victory in Africa, he was given the title Scipio Africanus.
Ah, that's why! Okay, I see.
He had delivered Rome from an existential threat. And so, from here on out, he was primed to dominate Roman politics. He was even offered to become consul for life.
Nice, nice.
But he humbly refused.
Oh,
Politics
What?
being what it is, however, jealousy eventually grew. Scipio and his family ended up battling accusations of corruption. And Scipio, possibly becoming tired of Roman politics, retired to a nice country house by the coast.
oh my god, he just lived his best life for the end. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Hannibal,
The kill-death ratio is often so lopsided because many of the losses occur at the end when the battle is basically concluded and the losers are being slaughtered. Oh, I see. Looks like 1847, yeah.
also took a leading role in Carthaginian politics after the war.
Oh,
But
shit.
again, due to jealousy, factionalism, and a possibility of arrest by the Romans, he eventually entered exile.
Honestly, I thought they would hate him.
He spent the remainder
Like, I mean, they were jealous and stuff, it sounds like, but I thought they would genuinely, like, hate him and not, he wouldn't get, like, a big role or anything. But then again, you know, he won a lot. He won a lot until he lost everything.
of his years out east, even advising enemies of Rome. Rome's hatred of Hannibal endured, and they never stopped hoping to someday capture the monster. One story is told of how when a much older Hannibal was chilling in the city of Ephesus, a Roman delegation was sent to the city, and in that delegation was Scipio Africanus. The two men met for the second time, and they seemed to have gotten along quite well.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, that's... Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
Scipio asked Hannibal who he thought the three greatest generals of all time were.
Oh,
Hannibal
shit.
placed Alexander the Great in number 1, Pyrrhus of Epirus in number 2, and in third place, himself.
I mean, he was pretty goated. Enemies to lovers, yeah.
Scipio then asked, "And what if you had defeated me at Zama?" "Well, Scipio, then I would have been the greatest general of all time.
Whoa!
Call me Skippy."
Whoa!
Eventually, around 183 BC, Hannibal, now in his 60s, came under threat of Roman capture. After a long life, he chose to take some poison.
What?
According to Livy, his last words: "Let us now relieve the Romans of the anxiety they have so long experienced, since they think it tries their patience too much to wait for an old man's death." Wow, Hannibal. What a dignified end.
He killed himself? For that? Oh, ew.
Gross. And there you have it. The Second Punic War. Finally done. It took 17 years to end the war.
Holy
And on a
shit.
personal note, making these videos has also taken 17 years off my life. Carthage
Oh,
began to
no.
recover from the war shockingly fast, however, and anxieties over Carthage would remain in Rome. In particular, one senator would begin calling for one last crusade against Carthage to end the threat once and for all. He famously began to end all of his speeches with one singular phrase, one of the most famous phrases in Roman history.
Carthago delenda est. Oh, I don't know what that means. Carthage must be destroyed. Oh. Third Punic. Wait, there is a third one? There is actually a third one? Coming eventually. Wait. You guys, I didn't know there was a third one. Holy shit. Yeah, it hasn't been out yet. It's been a year. It's been over a year. Maybe he uploads it soon. Maybe. I hope so. That would be cool. What? I didn't know. Are we gonna get another plot twist? Okay, that was absolute cinema, you guys. That was absolute cinema. Huh? This one was pretty short. What do you mean? Punic Wars. number 3. Holy shit. I mean, it is a lot of work to make videos like this, you know. It is a lot of work. Okay. Maybe he uploads it tomorrow, dude. That would be crazy. If he actually uploads it tomorrow, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, you guys. Oh, if you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. Come over to Twitch to watch me live. Subscribe to Oversimplified. Watch their channel for more history videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Bye.